Welcome back to another segment of Viking Talk with Coach Josh Morgan. I'm your host, Brandon Davis. Of course, we have with us Warren Central head football coach Josh Morgan. Coach, great to see you again.
You too.
Well, Coach, we go over to Murrah on Friday night. We beat them 60-6, a great win for the team. Talk a little bit about the victory.
Well, it was good to get back on the field. It was good to get back on the field following our loss from Madison Central, and I saw our team respond the way we wanted them to, and thought we really played well in all three phases. I felt like we played together more as a team, and going into the whole week, we talked about getting back to being us, doubling down on what we were trying to be and what our identity was, and I think our kids really responded well to that. We talked about a certain love for one another and brotherhood, and we wanted to play like that. And when something good happened, it wasn't going to be about us or individuals. It was about the other guys around you, and to really enjoy that part of it. And I feel like our guys did that, and it was good to see us get back on track.
The score allowed us to play a lot of reserves, Coach. Who were some of the younger guys that stood out to you and the staff after you watched the film?
Well, we didn't have much of a drop-off Friday night. When you saw those ones and twos and threes come in, it was a consistency there, which we wanted to play 4 quarters of good football, and I think we were able to do that. One person in particular that I was very pleased, Lamar Gray scored a touchdown, and Lamar tore his meniscus in the middle of spring training, and this was his first week back. And he has been chomping at the bit and doing everything he could to get back on the field. And his number was called, and it ended up being his first carry was a touchdown. That was pretty neat. I feel like that it was really collectively a great job by our team. It's no one in particular. I feel like our backs did a good job, especially with the twos of coming in. I thought Fred Barnum did a good job, and DJ Lewis did some good things. I thought so. So it was good to see on that end of us, throwing the ball and catching and things of that nature. And I also think Jalen Allen did a really good job. He had an interception, 3 fumble recovery, scored on defense, and made a big catch for us that led to a touchdown as well. Very, very pleased to see that and see the productivity there.
Another newcomer to the varsity squad was kicker Shane Lewis, who is a freshman. Had a great game, but Coach, as we go forward, we're trying to secure a playoff spot. We're trying to secure a championship here. How do you mentally prepare that young man for what he's about to face? Well,
you coach him every day. You try to put him in situations and things that will kind of simulate the pressure that he's going to face. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to say that there's a more pressurized a position in football other than the kicker. Nobody really knows who you are unless they need you. And we're looking to find ways to win, solidify that position. He had a really good job, a good season in the 9th grade of making field goals and being consistent. And so we're just telling him it's really don't get caught up in the moment. Work on your craft every day. And don't let the moment be too big for you. It just still goes back to helping your team. How can I help my team? And prioritize all that and try not to get caught up in all that. But a lot of that helps with Shane being mentally tough already. I mean, he's a competitor. Not too much stuff bothers him. So a lot of it will be getting out of his way and not trying to do too much. So a little bit of kind of walking that line with him, and I know he's going to do a good job for us.
Well, you mentioned that, and that's a good point, because his first extra point attempt, he bounced off the goalpost, but he was able to come right back and have a great night.
That's right.
He obviously has some of what you're looking for.
Yes, and he got hit and roughed a couple of times as well, and got back up, and so he's got those traits of a good athlete and a good kicker.
Coach, the team rushed for 190 yards. We had 7 touchdowns on the ground. Joe Shorter led with 3 of those. As your time as coach at Warren Central, has this been your best staple of running backs?
It's hard to say that, but they're definitely one of the best, no doubt about it. Maybe the best. We'll make that call after the year's over with. But they're, as a committee, they've done a really good job. Again, I think a lot of that credit needs to go to the offensive line. They've really done a fine job. And then your quarterback is a good runner. You have Joe, who has been our consistent guy you know, week in and week out, and then DeMarcus comes in there, and you talk about a change of pace guy. You know, that term is really meant for him. You know, he has been really special to us for that. And then Corey Wilson's getting better. DJ Lewis is getting better. You know, and Lamar Gray will be in the mix too as this season goes on. He's going to be a special player. He's a sophomore, and you know, Viking fans will remember that name because he's going to be a special player.
Well, Coach, the defense did an outstanding job, held Murray to 6 points, you know, scored late in the game on us, but they also allowed us to have good field position throughout the ball game. Comparing this defense to other 6A defenses, how underrated is our defense here at Warren Central?
Well, you know, we've done some good things this year. We've done some good things. I think our level of consistency needs to be better. I think we need to play, you know, there's so much room for improvement there, and I don't think we're really necessarily overrated or underrated. I think, you know, over the years our defense has been known to be a physical, hard-hitting bunch and eliminate big plays, and we've done some of that. We've done some of that, but in these next couple weeks, we really need to pick our game up, and you know, we pride ourselves off of eliminating the big plays, which we need to do a better job of. We did a better job last week. Clinton is a huge big play team, so we need to get better in that aspect and take a lot of pride in running to the football and tackling at a high level, and that's kind of what our identity is. But they've done some good things now.
Well, this week, Coach, you talked about the Clinton Arrows. They do come to town. They're the top-ranked team in the state. They have a plethora of talent. Talk a little bit about the job Coach Boswell's done over in Clinton.
Well, they're a talented bunch. They, you know, a lot of those guys have been playing since they were ninth graders. So you're talking about 4 years of experience. They are as good as advertised. Several dynamic players on the field. Very good athletes. And, you know, it would be a really big challenge for us Friday night. But as a competitor, you know, what else could you ask for?
Well, Coach, one of those players that you're referencing is Cam Akers, who's a starting quarterback. Through 8 games, he has 34 offensive touchdowns, 2,600 total yards. Since you've been coaching at this level, is he the most dynamic player that you've had to prepare to defend?
Well, he's one of them. You know, the thing that makes him so dangerous is everybody knows he can run the football. He is impressive a thrower. He can put it where he wants it. He makes the right reads. He is an accurate passer on the deep ball just as well as the short. I mean, he might throw the deep ball better than he does the short. So that's what makes him so dangerous. He's not just an athlete back at quarterback. I mean, he is a quarterback. Now I don't know what he'll go, you know, play at down the road, but as far as a high school quarterback, he can throw it. So it just makes him that much more balanced. You got everything covered, everything accounted for. Now he turns his athleticism on, his running back skills on. Now you got to deal with that. So you know, the challenge will be there. Be super hard to defend. Not only him, but his supporting cast is you know, they're really good and really explosive. And Mayberry, I think, may be the best player on their team. Their tailback. So you can't look at one person. You can't do anything. You know, you can't try to do anything that's out of your norm as your defense. What you got to do is make sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be and accountable, and pursuit. Friday night's going to be a really big part because there's going to be some misses, and they're going to make us miss some. But we got to have a next man there. We got to have another man there. We got to have the right angles. But man, what a challenge.
Well, Coach, you just mentioned this individual, but when you think of Clinton, most of the time you think of Cam Akers. But also you have to take into account senior running back, Southern Miss commit, Darius Mayberry. He has 1,000 total yards, all-purpose yards, also around 14 rushing touchdowns on the season. So with those two in the backfield, from a defensive standpoint, do you bring a safety up closer to the line or allowing your corners to play more man-to-man, or what's the game plan for this week on the defense side of the ball?
Well, those stats that you just read would be a lot higher if they give him the ball more. Right. He's something else. I mean, he is a special player. He's lightning fast, physical runner. You know, we're going to mix some things up defensively. You know, they're a big option team. They're a big zone read team. along with 4 playmakers on the edge at wide receiver. And, so it's going to be hard to sit in one thing and stay there all night. You're going to have to be able to mix it up, match it up. We will try to stay away from man as much as we can, because the last thing we need is DBs running down the field covering with their backs turned and the quarterback breaking containment and scrambling. So we're going to try to get back in our zone defense and let our defenders read and react, and then try to contain the best we can, and along with some a couple other things that we'll try to do. But our objective is to keep them all in front of us, and that's going to be a chore.
Well, Coach, are you taking this as a business as usual game, or are you adding a little bit to it, knowing that this is your rival and they're ranked #1 in the state with everything on the line?
Well, as far as them, having such success as they had this year, that's the kids understand that, and they know that, and that'll bring a little bit more excitement. But for us, and we have to look at it as straight business. We're still trying to get a playoff berth clinched. We still have a shot at winning the district championship. We have 3 more guaranteed games left. This is one of them. Right. So so you take all that into consideration. But the bottom line is it's a huge district game. And they're going to have to come to Highway 27 and win a district championship. And get to play the #1 team in the state with the #1 player on it. It's just a great challenge and a really big opportunity. And again, this is why we coach. This is why we play. This is why the players signed up, to be a part of this. And so it'll be an intriguing game. And the last couple matchups have gone down to 1 point, 2 point, a swing here or there, a couple overtime games. So it's going to be, if history is any indicator, it's going to be one of those, jam-up games.
What's a couple of keys for us to get this victory?
Well, Cam Akers has to maybe miss the bus, him and Mayberry,
Put a roadblock up at
That's right. That's right. No, we have to be the better team on Friday night. Nothing more, nothing less. We can't get caught up in, anything other than being really sound, playing our best football, team football, using every phase of the game to our advantage and try to help our odds. Kicking, defensively, offensively, field position, the turnover battle, penalties. You have to get back into these things that will win you championship games. And we have to do it better than them on just that night. And our players are going to be ready. They've had an outstanding week. They like these big games. They like the challenge. Kids have been really focused. So, they're going to get our best shot, and we just have to be smart about it. We have to be poised about it and level-headed, and, I like our chances.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you. This is going to be fun.
It will be.
Looking forward to it.
Will be.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for this segment of Viking Talk with Coach Josh Morgan. We hope you can make it out this Friday night. If not, we look forward to seeing you on our live feed. The season's winding down. It seems like only yesterday we started doing these shows and started the season, but unfortunately, all good things come to an end. Not many chances for you to see your Vikings at home. So we have Starkville next week, and then we have Callaway as the final home game. We're going to talk to you before then, but we hope you're able to make it out to Viking Stadium before the season concludes. For Coach Josh Morgan, I'm Brandon Davis. Until next time, go Vikes!
a regular game and play smart. You know, we didn't play so smart against Madison Central. We need to play smart and effective and efficient for this game.
Briggs, one thing you and I were talking about here in the break was the defense that the Arrows are going to run tonight here against the Vikings, and they're going to line up as a 3-4. 3-4 defense, two cornerbacks, two safeties. It's a different look than what we've seen, but in the past, it's been a defensive front that has given the Vikings fits.
Right, and our offensive line's been playing really well this year, and this is going to be a new scheme for them to take on defensively. So it will be a challenge. I'm sure the coaches have prepared them this week in the practices that they've had. So they're just going to have to handle it, and I'm sure they've got a scheme for handling it. Last year, you remember, we played a game or two against 3-4 defenses and had some troubles. I hope this year we've gotten the kinks worked out, and we've got an experienced squad. So, these guys should be ready for any challenge they face.
The Arrows tonight will start 18 seniors. They are a senior-laden bunch for sure.
Yeah, well, they're a lot like us. These are two quality, experienced teams. As we mentioned, Akers has been the starter for 4 years now, and some of these other guys have been starting for 3 years. We've got 18 seniors starting as well. So this is two experienced, well-coached, disciplined, sharp teams. And, this is about as good as it's going to get in high school football in Mississippi, and that's saying a lot. Mississippi's got strong high school football, and this game tonight should be one of those contests that you look at and say, that's top-notch high school football.
Absolutely. Briggs, let's talk about our Star Watch players tonight. Who do you have as your Star Watch player tonight for Warren Central?
I think because you have to say in any big game your quarterback is your key player. So, Jesse Wilson is my Star Watch player. He's going to have a big game tonight for the Vikings to be successful.
And I'm actually going to go with Javante Shorter. The Vikings struggled against Madison Central to run, and a big part of that was just the size that Madison presented along the offensive line. They're really able to take away, or on their defensive line, they're really able to, slow us down there. And I think that the chances that he gets, he's got to take advantage of it, hit the hole hard, and just run hard tonight and pick up the tough yards that the Vikings are going to need. So it's going to be a tough game.
Well,
sure.
Joe Shorter is one of our captains tonight. Javante Shorter, DeMarcus Jones, Sean Terrence Walton, and Jesse Wilson. So 4 of our big offensive players serving as the captains tonight. And they did lose the toss and will be receiving here in the first half, Jeremy.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take one more break, and when we come back, we're going to have the kickoff for tonight's game. This is Vikings football here on V105.5.
Got Joe and Demo back deep. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Mark, if you can, come right after this spot. Here is the kick, and it is deep, and it's going to be taken in or falling to the end zone for a touchback. So Warren Central will start 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line here tonight.
Yeah, Viking offense will be on the field, and of course, as we mentioned, Jesse Wilson, the quarterback, starting with Sean Terrence Walton, Colin Standish, and Terrell Roby at the wideouts. Either DeMarcus Jones or Javante Shorter will be at the running back, and then our offensive line, as usual, Trey Winters, Lynn McKay, Malcolm Miller, Josh Burris, and Braden Moody.
Vikings are going to be moving from right to left. They're dressed in their all red tonight with the red pants, the blue stripe coming down. They were white numerals on the chest, the red helmet with the white WC. And they'll start their opening drive in a 4 wide receiver set with Tripp set out to the far side of the field. Wilson takes a snap. He's going to fire to the far side and is incomplete as we've got a flag here to start this game.
Well, there was some movement on the offensive line, and it looks like it's going to be a legal procedure against the Vikings. It is. I believe one of our wideouts moved early, and that's going to knock us back 5. So not a good start for the Vikings, and we don't want to do like we did against Madison Central early, get a bunch of penalties that put us in bad field position.
The Arrows are going to be in their all-white uniforms. It's trimmed in red with the red numerals on the chest, red helmets, and the white arrow sign. Wilson takes a snap. He'll hand it off to Shorter straight up the middle, and he'll work his way back out to the 20-yard line to pick up 5. It will set up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Vikings.
It's kind of a simple handoff up the middle, and the line got a pretty good push there. So nice pickup on first. Unfortunately, we had the 5-yard penalty, so we're just back to 2nd and 10.
Good to see us being able to run in between the tackles here early. Shotgun formation again here for Wilson in a 4 wide receiver set. Jones comes across formation, back to pass. He's going to fire it out. He's got it complete to Terrence Walton out across the 30, the 35, and going to be wrestled down at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Warren Central.
Just a little hitch route. Terrence goes up about 6 yards, turns around. Jesse hits him with a bullet, and a nice pickup after the catch.
Jalen Allen checking in here at wide receiver as Walton will check out. And in a 4 wide receiver set here again for Wilson. In the shotgun, he takes a snap. It's a handoff to Shorter, and he's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was met hard by Darius Brent, the linebacker for the Clinton Arrows, along with a couple others. He just stood him up right there at the spot.
So gained about a yard falling forward, so 2nd down and 9. Long 9 for the Vikings on their opening possession from the 41.5-yard line. And again, 4 wide receiver set, 2 wide receivers stacked here to the outside, and Jones comes in motion across the formation. Fake the handoff, it'll be kept by Wilson. He's out across the 45, the 50, breaks to the outside, the 40, the 35, the 30. He's still on his feet to the 20, the 15, the 10, and he's going to be wrestled down inside the 5-yard line, down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, nice play, well executed. The jet sweep came across DeMarcus Jones, and Jesse Wilson faked it to him, found a seam right at the line, and once he got back to the 2nd level, it was hard to catch. Nice cutback, too, on the right side, and good blocking downfield. I'm not sure who the receiver was, but somebody had a good block downfield to spring him for an additional 30 yards or so.
Absolutely. So it'll be a 1st and goal here. They're actually spotted at the 4-yard line. Vikings looking to take the early lead in this game as Wilson will operate from the shotgun, 2 wide receivers stacked to the far side of the field. He will take the snap. It's a handoff to Shorter. He sidesteps a man, pushing toward the end zone, still on his feet, pushing into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Warren Central on their opening drive.
Well, that was just brute force. You know, Joe Shorter was not going to be denied on that one. He was about 2 yards short and stacked up, but he kept churning his legs, and then he got some offensive line push at the end to help him get across the line. Great start for the Vikings. That's the way to take it down the field and score early and get on top.
And it's 6-0. Warren Central with 10-18, waiting here on the extra point.
Looks like Shane Lewis, the 9th grader, freshman, is in for the extra point.
Looking to add one more. There's the snap back. It's down. This kick is up. Nearly blocked, but it's good. 7-0 Vikings lead here early. Let's send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Vikings have it on the tee. They'll screw it here to the far side of the field, and it's going to be caught in the air but going to the ground at the 29-yard line. And will be where the Arrows will start their opening possession. Vikings lead this game 7-0 with 10:15 left here in the first quarter.
Looks like the usual Viking defensive starters are in. Caleb Boyette, Tobias Bruce at the ends, Terrell Smith and Jay-Sean Archer at the tackles. Cam Ellis at middle linebacker, Charlie Hill and Kevius Doss. I'm sorry, Charlie Hill and Kevius McDaniel at the outs. And then you got Shaki Shaw, DeMarcus Jones, Charles Schwartz, and Walt Hops in the defensive backfield.
Akers will start from the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hands it off. It's a reverse pass back to Akers. He's going to fire deep down the middle of the field. He's got a man open. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by DeMarcus Jones at the 35-yard line of the Vikings.
Akers showed a little trickery, but the Vikings were not fooled at all. DeMarcus Jones had good coverage. Well thrown ball by Akers. I mean, he threw a beautiful pass, and DeMarcus was just able to jump up and reel it in there at the 33-yard line. So great defensive stand for the Vikings there coming right out of the chute.
Well, that's the way you want to start the game. Score on offense, force a turnover on defense. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line here for the Vikings. Early fireworks for the Vikings tonight. And it's exactly what we wanted to see from them and what they need to continue to do throughout the rest of this game.
Yeah, we've got an athletic team. We match up well with Clinton athletically, but you know, Demo has got to make those kind of plays, and just an excellent job by Demo on that one.
Shotgun for Wilson. He will take the snap. It's a handoff to Marcus Jones, working the far side. He'll cut it up the middle, spin move as he gets across the 35 to the 37, and it'll be 2nd down upcoming.
Yeah, just cut across the face of the formation, turned it up, and picked up what he could there. Nice run, pickup of about 4 yards.
Yeah, nice run there on 1st down here from the Vikings. Sets up 2nd down here and 6. And here to the near side, you've got Standish and Roby.
In a stack formation.
In a stack formation with 2 receivers stacked on the far side of the field as well. There's a snapback. Wilson takes the snap. He'll hand it off straight up the middle to Shore. He breaks through the 40, the 45, and going to be dropped just shy of midfield as Shorter running hard here to start this game.
Yeah, if Joe can run like that all night long, he's going to give the Clinton defense fits. Just good, tough running by Joe Shorter.
Vikings quickly to the line of scrimmage. Wilson takes the snap again. He's going to fake it. He's going to throw it out to the far side of the field. It's complete. Running room across the 45, the 40. Breaks a tackle inside the 35 and wrestled down to the 33-yard line by DeMarcus Jones. Is it DeMarcus Jones?
That's DeMarcus Jones. Yes, it is, on the far side of the field. And good pickup there by DeMarcus. You know, he's fast, and once he got it, he was able to burst up the field for an easy 1st down. We're getting the ball into the hands of our playmakers right now, Jeremy. That's a good thing that we'll want to continue to do all night.
Jones checks out of the game here on this 1st down from the 33 of the Arrows. Wilson in the shotgun again in a 4 wide receiver set. Trips here to the near side. He will take the snap. He will hand it off to Shorter, who cuts up the middle. He's got some running room again. Breaks a tackle inside the 30. He's going to be dropped inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Going to be really close to another Viking 1st down.
It's like they're going to give him the first. DeMarcus Jones came over to the bench and looked like he was kind of holding his stomach. He appears to be in a little bit of pain, and one of the trainers now coming over to check on him, but doesn't look like he's anything too serious, but you can tell he's in a little bit of pain.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Vikings trying to add to their lead. Jesse takes a snap. He'll fake the handoff, keep it himself, and nothing doing. He's going to actually lose a yard on this play back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go. He faked the handoff, and nobody bit, and he was just running into a wall of arrows up there at the front line. So a loss of 1 for Jesse Wilson and the Vikings on that play.
Javonte Shorter will check out of the game, and Brandon will check in as the tailback here on 2nd down and 11. Shotgun formation again here for Wilson. He's back to pass. He's looking to throw. He sets. He's going to fire. It's high, intended for Roby and incomplete. Bring up 3rd down and 11 here for the Vikings.
Yeah, not a bad pass. That's one that was a little high for Terrell Roby. Terrell's not the tallest receiver, but one he'd probably like to have over again and see if he could reel it in. Vikings will be facing the 3rd and 11, as you said, Jeremy, so they're going to have to get some positive yardage here because this is probably outside of field goal range.
So 3rd down and 11 here from the 25-yard line of the Arrows. 8:02 left here in the 1st quarter. Trips now stacked here to the near side. Wilson will take the snap, looking to throw. He's going to keep it himself. He's head up the field. He's got some running room. 1st down and more. Breaks to the outside. 10, 5, touchdown, Warren Central. Jesse Wilson on a 25-yard touchdown run. And just like that, it's 13-0, Vikings leading.
I had a feeling that they were going to run that play. You know, they stacked 3 wide to the left and 1 to the right. The Clinton defense spread out, so basically had a 3-3 in the middle. And good blocking up front by the offensive line and opened a nice hole for Jesse, and he did the rest.
13-0 our score was 7:54. Vikings have scored on their opening 2 possessions, looking to add the extra point. There's the snap back.
Going to have an offsides against Clinton, I believe. Looks like it is encroachment by the left defensive end for Clinton. He shot across the line early, and they're going to replay that kick.
Well, that's the same guy who nearly blocked the first extra point attempt. He's trying to get a jump, and that time went just a little early. And the coaching staff is going to decline the penalty and
keep it there at the 3-yard line. The kick is not good because they stopped the play in high school, but they will decline the penalty to keep it as a 20-yard extra point.
Waiting on the snap, and there it is. It's down. This kick is up. And the kick is good. 14-0. Warren Central leads in this game. Let's send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Who's kicking off? I can't tell. And we welcome you back as Vikings kick it off and be fair called at the 20-yard line by the Arrows on a nice kick. And that's where the Arrows will take over 1st and 10. They trail Warren Central 14-0. 7:53 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was the one. Good kick by Hank Holderness, and Tayshawn Davis fair called it when he probably should have let Mayberry behind him get it and run, because he had some yards to get right there. But anyway, Vikings will be defending here 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Akers takes a snap. He'll keep it himself, and the Vikings will drop him after about a 2-yard gain. They read that well, as it was a empty set for the Arrows.
Yeah, he initially had a little hole, but it closed quickly on him, and when he tried to cut, he just lost his footing. I'm not sure if the field's wet tonight, Jeremy. I didn't go out on the field before the game. We had a little rain yesterday, but
I saw a couple guys slipping in practice, so it could be a little damp. 2nd down and 8 here for the Arrows. Man comes in motion. It's a fake. Akers will keep it, trying to work here to the near side, and Vikings will run him out of bounds after about a 3-yard gain to set up 3rd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. So the Vikings pursuing Cam Akers here early.
Yeah, good containment. You can see why everybody's so enamored with him, because he's big and he's quick. That's a heck of a combination, but he made one move there to get outside, and he was just out there off the end before you could even realize anybody could get out there that fast.
Cam Akers is 5'11", 210 pounds, the senior, recruited heavily as a running back by some major college programs, and he'll be in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, rolling to the far side of the field, and now he's going to throw it, and it is complete out across the 30 to the right about the 35-yard line, and it will be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, roll out pass, and guy did a button or hook route, and he just hit him right there on the spot. Good throw and catch by Clinton.
So 1st and 10, they actually spot at the 34-yard line here for the Arrows. They pick up their 1st down here of the night. Akers will again operate from the shotgun in a 3-wide receiver set. 2 here to the near side. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Mayberry up the middle. He's got some running room out across the 40, the 45, and be dropped just shy of midfield. And here come the Arrows.
Yeah, Darius Mayberry, as I mentioned, quick as a cat. He busted through the hole, but pretty good tackle by Walt Hobson, staying at home and wrapping him up until he could get some help.
Akers again here from the shotgun. He'll take the snap and just keep it himself straight up the middle. Runs into his own man out across the 45 and is dropped at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, good pickup by the Arrows on first down. They're going to have a 2nd and 8. Cam Akers on the stop.
2nd down and 2. They gained 8 on the play. Shotgun again here for Akers. Trips here to the near side. Takes the snap, handoff to Mayberry up the middle, and he will fight to the 40-yard line and should be enough for a first down if it is at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be a first.
So the Arrows are on the move. 6:22 left here in the first quarter. 14-0. Vikings leading in this ball game. And a shotgun again here for Akers and the Arrows. Again, they're going to stack trips here to the near side, put a tight end on the line. And Desmond Baker. He's there on the end. There's a snap back. Akers looking to throw. He has time. Now he's being pressured. He escapes pressure, rolls to the far side of the field. Now we'll set and we'll fire it deep, looking for his man, and it's incomplete. Vikings nearly had a sack. Defending on the play was DeMarcus Jones.
Another example of why he's so highly recruited. I didn't see any way he got out of that sack, and he just kind of flipped a guy aside, and he rolled out to his left, and then he threw a bullet that his receiver probably could have had right there on the sidelines.
He's very accurate. Came into the game with over 1,700 yards passing, only 3 interceptions, so tonight was his 4th. 4 wide receivers set now. He's back to pass. He'll keep it this time as he'll head up the middle. He's got some running room. Cuts out to the far side of the field, the 30, the 25, inside the 20, still on his feet. Going to be knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line by Walt Hobson, and it'll be 1st and goal here for the Arrows.
Yep, just it's too good if you don't contain him well. He's going to get outside and make people miss, and you just see the explosion once he gets outside, Jeremy. Not much you can do about it.
He has some speed. He's an exciting player to watch. That is for sure. Probably not a lot of fun to chase on the field, but exciting to watch. 3 wide receivers here for the Arrows. Mayberry off to the left of Akers in the shotgun, and he brings a man in motion. Back to pass, fired over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Oh, he had his tight end, Desmond Baker, wide open in the back of the end zone, and it was just an errant throw by Akers, and he missed one.
Yeah, he did. And somebody, I think it was Charlie Hill, that was kind of dropping back in coverage there, maybe to give him a funny look, but if he'd have thrown the ball in the gut, it would have been an easy touchdown for the Arrows.
So 2nd down and goal here from the 10-yard line for Akers and the Arrows, and a 4 wide receiver set. Empty set, 5 wide set. Akers will keep it. He's back to pass. He's being pressured, and he's going to be sacked all the way back to the 21-yard line.
Jeremy Miller coming off the edge, and Jeremy looked like he was going to lose him for a second, but Akers couldn't regain his footing, and nice pressure by Miller. I don't know what stunt they called, but he came pretty much immediately up the field, and Akers just couldn't avoid the sack.
So the Arrows now face 3rd and goal from the 21-yard line here. Vikings able to get Cam to the ground.
Big defensive play here, Jeremy.
Absolutely.
I mean, it'd be great to hold the Arrows to a field goal attempt.
5 wide receivers, 3 split out to the far side of the field. You've got 2 down here to the near side. Akers in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to step up, fire deep over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. There was a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. We'll wait to see what this flag is. It is a hold against the Arrows.
So the Vikings will surely decline that and put them in unless they want to try to push him out of field goal range, but with a player like Cam Akers in there, I think you decline this one and make him kick the field goal.
And they will decline it. So it'll be 4th down and goal from the 21-yard line, and Cam Akers is still staring at the sideline like he's going to get a play.
Yeah, this may be one of those areas for them if they don't have a strong-footed field goal kicker. They just figure, what the heck, let's take a shot at the end zone.
Well, they're going to send the kicking unit onto the field. They've actually got a really good kicker. I was watching him warm up, and looks like it'll be Peyton
Barefoot?
Arnold.
Oh, is it Peyton Arnold?
No, it's Barefoot. I'm sorry, I had it wrong. Barefoot. They use a couple different kickers.
Yeah, Tucker Barefoot.
And he's on the kick, and it's up. And it is no good. He missed it to the right. He missed it to the right, and so the Vikings defense will hold with 4:50 left here in the first quarter, leading 14-0 here on the Arrows.
Yeah, great stand. You know, they were down there first and goal and got a incomplete pass and then a sack, and that last play, just another incomplete pass. And good job by the Viking defense, because you know, as we said, the Arrows are going to get some yards and they're going to threaten you at the goal line, but a really good stop for the defense.
The Vikings will start this drive from the 20-yard line. The ball goes to the 20 on a missed field goal if it goes into the end zone. Shotgun formation. Jesse takes the snap. He'll hand off to Shorter, and there's nothing doing as he's met immediately. May even lose about a half a yard on this play.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a slight loss in the play. The Arrow defense just swallowed him up on that one.
They sent 3 wide receivers to the far side, and they had no wide receivers here on the near side and tried to go away from where the Arrows were covering. But Arrows have speed at the linebacker position, and they were able to make the play. So a 4 wide receiver set here for Wilson on second down. He takes a snap, and he's back to pass. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire it far side of the field, and it's incomplete, nearly intercepted. And if he had made that play, he
6
is
points.
running.
Yeah, just not a good decision on that throw. He was covered totally, and there was no one out there. And
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't intercept that. That was right in his hands.
Austin Perkins.
I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
Nearly made a house call. So third down and 11 essentially here for the Vikings. A 4 wide receiver set. They are stacked 2-2 on each side. Wilson back to pass. Now he'll hand it off on the delay to Shorter, and he will get a couple of yards to the 22-yard line, and the Vikings will be forced to punt on this drive.
Got to make sure we don't take our foot off the accelerator on offense. You know, we had a no gain on first down. That second one was awfully scary because it could have been 6 points for the Arrows, but kind of a conservative call. It was a draw, I guess, but I think the Arrows read that one the whole way.
So Walt Hobson back to punt this one away here for the Vikings. Arrows have 1 man deep to return, and here is the punt. And it goes off the side of Walt's foot. It will hit at the 50-yard line and will be down right there. So the Arrows will take over first and 10 from the 50-yard line. They're right at midfield with 3:28 left to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Arrows will have good field position. Not a deep punt by Walt. Only 27 yards or so, 28 yards, but good position for an explosive offense. The Viking defense will need to stand up again here.
Akers will operate here from the shotgun. Mayberry off to his hip to his right in a 4 wide receiver set. There's the snap, and it's a handoff to Mayberry straight up the middle, and he will push out to about the 45-yard line, pick up 5 yards on the play.
You know, we talked about the Clinton offensive line. They've got 2 or 3 guys that are just really big. One of them 6'4", 360 pounds, another fellow 320, and another one at 290. So they're getting a good push.
Akers takes the snap, hands off to Mayberry, and he gets about a yard as he's tripped up as he tries to come across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, James Archer getting some good penetration there and stopped him for maybe a 1-yard gain.
Mayberry is 5'10", 190 pounds. He's also a senior on this team for the Arrows. So third down and 4 here for the Arrows inside Viking territory.
Look for Akers on this one.
And he's in the shotgun in a 4 wide receiver set. And they've got Baker, the tight end, here on the near side line. Man comes in motion. Akers will take it. He'll fake the pitch. Vikings read it well, and just second effort, I think Akers may have the first down.
Wow. I don't think he's getting a favorable spot. I didn't think he got quite that far, but give him credit. He was stopped about a yard or 2 short, and he fought it to get pretty close. It is going to be 4th down, but I'm sure they're going to go for this one because they can't be more than a half yard away.
Well, 2:07 left here in the first quarter. Arrows talking about it, and now they're going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them with 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
And Akers will be in the shotgun.
Yeah, Vikings in a base defense. They're pinching. Oh, a little offsides movement. Illegal procedure on the arrows. It's going to drive them back 5 more yards.
Wow. Now do you punt it away?
I think they punt it. I'll be shocked if they don't.
It's 4th and 6 now, and they are sending their punter, Walker Birchfield, onto the field. So the Vikings defense able to hold the arrows.
I've got to
And will
imagine
force
that
the punt.
Walker Birchfield is the son or some relative of their superintendent, Phil Birchfield. That's a friend of mine and does a great job with the Clinton School District.
Walt standing at the 10-yard line waiting on the punt. There it is. Snap is back, and there is the punt. And it will hit and be fielded by Walt at the 10. He will take off out across the 15 and be stood up about the 17-yard line. And some extracurricular activity now between the Arrows and the Vikings, and quickly referees in there to separate the players. Officials are talking there right about the 15-yard line.
Looks like they're talking that could be a warning of some sort to the coaches, but yeah, I see the one ref. Well, maybe not. I thought one of the referees was coming to talk to our coach and one talk to their coach, but I think they just decided to let it go and let the kids play.
1:44 left here in the first quarter, 14-0. Vikings leading in this game. They're going to start here from their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10. And it'll be Wilson in the shotgun and a 3 wide receiver set. Wilson, he will take the snap, handoff straight up the middle, running room out across the 20 to 25, breaks the tackle across the 30, and going to be wrestled down at the 35-yard line. Goes Javante Shorter.
Let's give that offensive line some credit right now because they are opening up some nice seams for Joe Shorter. Now, he's doing a great job once he gets through it. He's running like a man set on fire. But I tell you what, the offensive line's giving him some good seams to get through.
And they are. And he has taken, made the most of his carries here in this opening quarter. 1st and 10 from 35-yard line. Shotgun formation again here for Wilson. There's the snap, handoff to Shorter, and he will duck under a tackle, but is met right there at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Jesse handed it to him the read option. It looks like he just kind of stumbled and lost his footing. When he tried to regain himself, it was a little too late. The Clinton defense had gotten the penetration to stop him.
So 2nd down, and they give him a move about the length of the ball there.
Yeah, Vikings up 14-0. Less than a minute left here in the first quarter.
So 2nd down here, Wilson will operate in a 5 wide receiver set with trips to the far side of the field. Jones comes in motion. He'll fake the handoff. Wilson will keep it, and he's in trouble, and he's going to be dropped for a 2-yard loss back to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, the Arrows probably looking for that jet sweep. Once they see our man come across the face of the formation, they're probably geared up to get a contained man on the outside and then drive up your 2 ends. Probably an outside linebacker coming up and your 2 ends to make sure there's nothing big up the gap.
Clock is running with 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Vikings look like they're just content to let the quarter run out, and they will. So 14-0, Vikings lead after 1. Let's send it back to the station for a timeout. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you're beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Down here in 11 from their 34-yard line. Arrows have 4 men along the line of scrimmage, showing like they're going to bring a blitz off the corner, and they do not bring pressure. Wilson will step up. He's going to throw it deep, looking for his man. He hangs it up, and it's going to be intercepted by the Arrows at the 22-yard line.
Not sure what happened there. Sean Terrence Walton was running down the sidelines. It looked like he never saw the ball. He didn't make any play. Yeah, you can see him holding out his hands like he doesn't know what happened, but it's like he made no play to break up the interception. Didn't even make an effort on the ball, Jeremy.
No, really didn't make an effort on the ball. And it's like he really didn't see the ball. And just credit the Arrow defender. I mean, that was not an easy pick. He had to jump. He almost mistimed his jump.
He did. He jumped a little early, but he was able to secure the ball.
Well, the Arrows will start this drive from their 22-yard line. Akers takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. He'll fire it over the field. He's got it complete at the 25, up across the 30, and dropped at the 35-yard is their big tight end. We'll see him used a lot here tonight.
Yeah, they got such a complex offense because Akers can do so much, and that's just one of those plays it's hard to defend.
Akers takes the snap. He'll keep it himself, working the far side of the field. Act like he's going to fake the pitch and will run over a man at the 45-yard line. Still on his feet
going
across the 50, the 40. Still on his feet and going to be wrestled down inside the 35 to the 34 of the Vikings. Goodness, they hit him at midfield, and he just ran over a couple of guys.
You see his strength there. That's just phenomenal. I mean, he had guys on his back and guys hanging all over him, and he still carried him about 15 yards down the field.
Arrows on the move here at the Vikings 34-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers set. Akers takes the snap, hands it off to Mayberry straight up the middle. He's into the second level across the 25, and he's down to the 21-yard line. That's another first down run here for the Arrows.
Yeah, Mayberry running with authority there. He's quick, as we mentioned, but he's also powerful too. Not as powerful as Akers, but he's still powerful.
Akers will take the snap. It's his turn. He'll work off the far side of the field, and he's stood up, but not after he gains 4, maybe 5 yards on the play.
Jeremy, the Arrows are going to a hurry-up offense, and on 2 of the last 3 plays, the Viking defense has not been set or ready, so they're going to have to get going and be ready because they're going fast. Here they go again.
Arrows again lined up, ready to go. Akers now will look to the sideline here for the play after watching the defense get set here on a 2nd down and about 6. They gave him 4 on that carry. And Mayberry will move from the right to the left now. Arrows moving from right to left. Akers takes the snap. He will just fall down at the 20-yard line. I'm not sure what happened there. I think there was a confusion on the play.
I think so. I think Mayberry was looking for something else, and Akers was looking to try to option to him, and Mayberry was just standing still as though he was expecting the play to go a different direction.
That will be the easiest tackle we make on Cam Akers tonight.
I think he tackled himself on that one. I really do. I'm not sure we even tackled him. I think he just kind of went down on his own.
So 3rd down now, 7 here for the Arrows.
Another big defensive play for the Vikings.
Akers in the shotgun and a 5 wide receiver set. He's back to pass. He's looking to throw. He has time. Fires over the middle of the field, and it's high and incomplete.
Yeah,
off the hands of his receiver.
Good play by Shockey Shaw. He came in and kind of got him once the ball hit his hands, and then Walt Hobson kind of gave him a hit at the end to make sure he didn't complete it. So good defensive stop.
And Walt tracked the ball. He may have been able to pick it in the end zone.
It looked like he was more concerned about hitting the receiver than he was the ball, because I thought he might intercept that too.
So the Arrows will try a field goal, and it's going to be a long one here. They got the ball spotted at the 20. There's the snapback is down. This kick is up. It's on its way.
That one looks
good. And this one is good. So the Arrows are on the board. 14-3 our score. Let's send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Welcome you back as the Arrows have it on the tee. And here is the kick. And it will be fielded at the 1 yard line by Shorter. He's out across the 10, 15, big hole. Out across the 20 to the 25. Will slip a man across the 30 and will get it out to about the 35-yard line. May even a little further than that depending on where they spot. Nice return. And Shorter is down on the play.
He's down. That's not a good sign. He's been running hard tonight, and we don't want to see any of our players, especially one of our star players, go down on the field.
Well, 9:37 left here in the half. It's Warren Central 14, the Arrows 3. Vikings scored on their first 2 possessions of the game, and since that time, outside of a couple of nice runs by Shorter, they haven't been able to really move the ball that well against the Arrows.
Yeah, it's as we talked about, or at least I felt before the game, this is going to be an offensive game more than a defensive game. And you want to take advantage of every opportunity to be productive on offense, because this team, as you can see from watching Acres, they're extremely explosive. So they can score quick and score in bunches. So you want to do everything you can to pad the score.
Well, training staffs are out attending there to Shorter. We'll go ahead and take a timeout. And when we come back, we'll get this game started back. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we welcome you back here to Viking Stadium as they are helping Javante Shorter off of the field. He's not putting any pressure on his left leg.
Yeah, this does not look good. He's been running the ball so well in this game. Really been running it well all year, but he's been a difference maker in this game thus far. You hate to lose anyone, as we said, but especially one of your star players, and he's playing like a star player tonight.
Wilson will take the snap. He'll hand it off to DeMarcus Jones, and Jones will slip on the play after he gains a couple of yards. So Jones taking over the running back duties, and we'll keep you updated on Javante Shorter as we have more training staff attending to him on the sideline just to our left. So we'll try to see what we can find out for you. So 2nd down and 8 here for the Vikings. Shotgun for Wilson, and he's got 3 wide receivers here to the near side, 1 wide receiver up top. There's a snapback. Wilson looking to throw. He's going to fire it out. He's got it completed along the far side of the field, and that is Walton out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, just a quick out to Sean Terrence, and not a bad throw. If they could have kept it in a little bit tighter, he may have been able to turn the field and pick up the first down, but pick up of about 6 yards.
Need to get it to the 46 for a first down. About 4 yards shy here. Wilson looking here to the sideline. Now he has the play. Jones off to his hip, to his right. Wilson will take the snap. It is a handoff to Jones on a delay. Jones splits through the defense. He's got some running room and pushes across midfield into the Arrow territory, down to the 46-yard line of the Arrows, and it's a first down run for DeMarcus Jones.
Yeah, you can credit that one to DeMarcus's run. He was hit about a yard or two short of the first, and he just kept on churning those legs and was able to pick up about 5 more yards after that. So easy and good first down for the Vikings.
Wilson getting the play here from the sideline, trips here to the near side, one wide receiver up top. Standish coming in motion from right to left. There's the snap. Wilson looking to throw. He has time. Now being chased and will fire it, looking for his man along the sideline, and it's incomplete as Roby was trying to come back to get that ball. I think he was looking for Standish on a wheel route, and it just wasn't there, and he threw it away.
Yeah, give him credit, even though that would have been almost an impossible catch. The good thing was he got rid of the ball and didn't take a 10-yard loss and threw it towards the sidelines where only Roby had a chance to catch it.
Well, Roby heads up on the play because he was running back to try to get that ball and just working the sideline and did the best he could to try to bring it in, but it's just over his head. So second down and 10 from the 46 here of the Arrows. Shotgun formation here again for Wilson. 3 wide receiver set, tight end on the line. There's the snap back. It's a handoff to Jamarcus Jones, and he will get to about the 45, and that's about it. So a third down and long here for the Vikings with 8:29 left here in the half, leading this game 14-3 over the Arrows.
Yeah, good defensive stop by the Arrows on that one. DeMarcus is probably lucky to get the 2 yards he got on that play, Jeremy.
Wilson the shotgun, Arrows showing like they may bring pressure. There's a snap back. Wilson looking to throw. He's under pressure. Now he will take off running. He's got some running room across the 40, the 35, the 30. Heads to the far side of the field. Now we'll cut it back up inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line, and it's a nice run for Jesse Wilson.
Yeah, great. You know, he's got that, as they say, escapability. That's what he did there. He was able to, he got kind of boxed in the pocket for just a minute, but once he got around the edge, he had big room, and in fact, he ran over one of the Clinton players right there for the last 2 or 3 yards. So he's, as we mentioned before, he's got a lot of toughness.
Well, Jesse doing it all here tonight for the Vikings as he's moved the chains many times, and he's got the Vikings just outside of the 10-yard line. They've got it spotted maybe the length of the football shy, and he'll be in the shotgun here waiting on the snap, and there it is. He will hand it off to Jones, straight to the middle. Jones busts to the outside, dash with the end zone. It's a touchdown to Marcus Jones, and it's 20-3 Vikings.
Yes, excellent effort, excellent effort. I thought he was going to be boxed up at the line of scrimmage too, and once he got evaded one tackler, then he just turned on the jets and was not going to be denied on that one. St. Louis on to attempt the extra point for the Vikings, up 20-3 with 7:44 here in the second quarter.
See if we can't make it 21-3 as Barnum waiting on the snap. Arrows overload the right side. There's the snap back. It's up, and it is good. 3 for 3 tonight on extra points. It's 21-3 Vikings. Let's send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
And we welcome you back as Akers receives the kick, and he's going to be wrestled down at the 25-yard line. Only a 5-yard return for Cam Akers.
Corey Wilson, he's done a nice job on kick coverage this year. I've seen Corey in 2 or 3 games make impressive stops, and that was one right there where Akers was looking to bust a big one. He just came flying through.
I think it just shows you the versatility of Cam Akers. They're not scared to use him anywhere, whether it's on offense or special teams. He take the snap. He'll fake the handoff, looking to throw. He's going to fire it out. Got it complete at the 30-yard line. And Vikings will wrestle down the receiver out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, nice tackle by Shockey Shaw.
Could not see the receiver on that reception.
Yeah.
Looks like that was Christian Johnson, the sophomore receiver for the Arrows.
I think that's right.
He gained 7 on the play, so 2nd down and 3. And this time Akers will fake the handoff. He'll throw it out, and it's nearly intercepted by DeMarcus Jones. Oh, he had
it, and he and Charles Schwartz kind of bumped each other, and when he did, he lost it. But would have been another nice interception by DeMarcus Jones.
He's had one tonight, and he's had his hands on 2 others.
Yep.
Well, they're still attending to Javante Shorter. I saw him stand up for just a second, and he sat back down, and now they're talking to which I believe is his mom down there.
Yeah, and one of the tough, looks like a penalty on the Arrows. They're marching them back 5 yards. I couldn't tell what the call was, but one of the tough things is not just losing Javante Shorter, but it's that DeMarcus Jones is going to have to play both ways.
Well, the Arrows now backed up. That play did not count, so it's still 2nd down. Vikings showing like they're going to bring a blitz on this play. Trips here to the near side. Akers will take the snap. Now will pitch it to the far side of the field to the motion man, and he'll push across the 30 and be run out of bounds shy of the 1st down marker.
Looks like that was Reginald Landing in motion there. We took the pitch.
6-foot senior for the Arrows, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. And quickly, Arrows to the line. Vikings not quite set. And now Akers will slow it down and look to the sideline here for the play. You got 3 wide receivers here to the near side, 1 wide receiver up top, and it's Akers will take the snap. He's head up the field. The Vikings will meet him right at the 35-yard line, and I
believe he's going to get it, but it was awfully close.
Yeah.
He's on the line, and yes, indeed, it is the 1st down, but not by much.
Mayberry actually served as the lead blocker. As soon as I saw him take a step forward, I was like, this is Akers on this play. So 6:20 left here in the half. It's 21-3 Vikings leading in this game. And the Arrows have 1st and 10 from their 35-yard line as Cam Akers will again operate from the shotgun. He'll send Mayberry in motion. He's back to pass, looking to throw under pressure. Will escape the sack, and he fumbles! He fumbles, and I think the Vikings have it.
They do indeed.
It is Vikings football. They force Akers into his 2nd turnover of the night. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Arrow 30-yard line with 5:58 to play here in this half.
I couldn't tell who had him there, Jeremy, but he tried to evade. Somebody had him pretty secured, and when he tried to come out of the tackle, the ball just came flying out, and again, Vikings jumped on it quick. So great field position for the Vikings at the 29 of Clinton, up 21-3 here with under 6 minutes here in the 2nd quarter.
Well, this has been inspired football here this opening half for this Vikings team. They've held down the Arrows offense. They forced 2 turnovers, forced a missed field goal, and they are rolling. Jesse's going to operate here from the shotgun with a 5 wide receiver set. There's the man comes in motion. Jesse will keep it himself, will elude 1 tackler, but get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd down upcoming here.
Yeah, Corey Wilson coming in at the slot receiver, running the jet sweep, coming across the face, and Jesse faked the handoff to him and just dove off the right side, but not much doing. And I'm sure now that Joe's out, and you can tell he's being consoled down there. It looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the game, maybe longer.
2nd down. Vikings, so they lose a yard on the play. Wilson back to pass, looking to throw. Will step up, will fire it out, and he's got it complete inside the 20-yard line to the 18. And that was Walton on the reception. That's going to be really close to the 1st down.
Should be the first if it's at the 18. Yes, it is.
Good job.
But Jesse's going to have to take on a bigger role. I mean, he's already a big role as it is as quarterback, but we're losing, one of our star running backs, and he's just going to have to step up and really play big here the rest of the game.
1st and 10 from the 18-yard line for the Vikings. They've actually got that down to about the 17-yard line. So from the 17, Wilson will operate from the shotgun with Jones in the pistol formation behind him. There's a snap. It's a handoff to Jones. He heads straight up the middle. He will power inside the 15, power down close to the 10-yard line, and he is running extremely hard.
Yeah, he is. And that looks like old-fashioned Viking football there.
Man.
The only difference is we don't have the quarterback under center. You know, it's the shotgun snap with the handoff in front, but it's just hard-nosed hitting and driving to try to drive the defense off the ball.
6-yard run there on first down makes it 2nd down and 4 from the 11. Wilson will take the snap. He'll again hand off to Jones. Jones works inside the 10 and will inside down to about the 5-yard line to Marcus Jones.
Wow, just super effort right there. There looked to be no way he was going to get the first down, and in fact, he looked like he was going to be a couple of yards short. Somehow he just worked his way over the first down marker. So 1st and goal from the Vikes at about the 6-yard line, Jeremy.
From the 6, it will be 1st and goal, leading 21-3 here over the Arrows, trying to get more. Sean Terrence Walton, the man on the far side of the field, as Wilson will operate from the shotgun. He brings Corin Wilson in motion. He fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself, trying to get to the outside and nothing doing. He's going to be tackled for a loss back to about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, and you know, he missed his hole. He had a huge hole. Once he faked the handoff, he had a huge hole to the left, and I don't know if maybe it was designed to go right, but it looked like the play was designed to go to the left a little bit, and Ayers just had the right side smothered, and he had no chance once he faked that handoff.
It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 9-yard line. 3:57 left here in this opening half. Trips will head out to the far side of the field. Jones will be to the left of Wilson in the shotgun. There's a snap back. It is a handoff to Jones, working the far side, trying to get a block. Jones lowers the shoulder, powers toward the goal line. Is there a signal? Yes! Touchdown to Marcus Jones. It's 27-3 Vikings over the Clinton Arrows.
Just great effort by the Vikings. Good blocking up front. I couldn't see who the receivers were up there blocking, and then DeMarcus turned the corner, and again, just looks like he was not going to be denied. Shane Lewis on to attempt the extra point. Vikings are hoping to go up 28-3 here with 3:37 left in the 2nd quarter.
There's a snap back, is down, this kick is up. Oh, this was blocked. The Arrows finally get one, and they block an extra point, and it will say 27-3 Vikings. We'll send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Dangerous.
And we welcome you back as Holdiness kicks it deep. The Arrows let it go over their head, and it hits at the 10 and slowly rolls to the end zone. Very dangerous, but it does get back to the end zone for a touchback, and the Arrows, trailing 27-3, will take over from their 20-yard line with 3:37 left here before the half.
Yeah, one more stop here before halftime would be great, and see if we can get the offense the ball with an opportunity to score some more. But you know, the Arrows are so explosive, and you know, they could have 2 more opportunities to score if they can move it like they're capable.
And they'll get the ball to start the second half. So want to make sure you can try to control them here with 3:37 left. Akers will operate here from the shotgun and a 4 wide receiver set. He's back to pass, looking to throw, has time, will fire it out. He's got it complete to the far side of the field, and the Vikings will run the receiver out of bounds, but a nice gain on first down as he gets it to about the 27-yard line. Give him 7 on the play.
Yeah, Vikings appear to be in a little bit of a prevent type defense, just kind of keeping guys in front there, and so Akers looked a few different options before settling on the receiver out in the right flat.
Akers back to pass again, looking to throw. He has time. Now he's going to step up. He's got some running room out across the 30, the 40, and he's going to lower his head and run into Viking territory as he's tackled down at the 48-yard line of the Vikings. And just like that, the Arrows can move the ball. Cam Akers is just that explosive.
Yeah, as soon as he didn't see a receiver, he was just off to the races and pick up about 30 yards on that one, 25 yards.
From the 48 of the Vikings, back to pass again. Looking to throw, trying to set the screen up. Vikings read it well, and they'll drop him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be Charlie Hill over there. Just read that screen beautifully and dropped Mayberry for a 1-yard loss. That was a slow to develop screen. You can see it coming from up here pretty easily. You never know if the kids in the field are seeing it that easily, but Charlie Hill certainly saw it and ate it up fast.
2nd down and 10 here from the Arrows. There's a snap. Akers will keep it straight up the middle. He'll run across the 45, run down across the 40, and that's where they'll drop him right there, and he will gain 9 and set up a 3rd down and 1.
Looked like a design quarterback draw, and you know he appears to be about going to get 4 yards, maybe 5, and by the time he carries a couple of guys, he's got 8 or 9 yards.
Clock is stopped with 2:27
got
here.
An official timeout, maybe an equipment malfunction. I'm not sure why that merits a official timeout. Seems like that would be one where you go off the field, but it was Cam Akers that needed it, so that's why they got the timeout.
3rd down and 1 for the Arrows. There's a snap back. It's fumbled! It's fumbled! Oh, I think the Vikings got it, and they do! They do have it. The 3rd turnover of the first half for the Arrows. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Yeah, just nonchalant it seemed. You know, Akers got it and it looked like he just kind of held it nonchalant for the running back to come through, and they never made the exchange, and the ball hit the turf. The Vikings were right there to get on it. I think that was that Tobias Bruce that got it?
I think it was Tobias Bruce. He was on it quick the second it hit the ground. Well, the 43-yard line is where the Vikings will take over, forcing 3 Arrow turnovers here in this first half. And it will be Josh Brandon as the tailback on this drive here for the Vikings. I guess trying to give DeMarcus Jones a little bit of a breather. And he'll line up to the left of Jesse Wilson. And the shotgun. Wilson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, will fire to the far side of the field, got it complete. Corey Wilson with running room out across the 45, and he's going to be hit hard at the 40-yard line of the Arrows. He will pick up the 1st down.
Corey made a nice run upfield, but one of the Clinton defenders met him square on and picked him up and buried him. But great gain on 1st down. Vikings are in good field position with 2 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter, up 27-3.
They're looking for more. Corey Wilson filling in to where DeMarcus Jones will typically line up at the receiver position, and he's going to have to fill a bigger role tonight as Jones is going to be needed more at the tailback side. But right now, Josh Brendan handling those duties. Corey Wilson will get the handoff this time for the Vikings in a little sweep. He's inside the 40, inside the 30, and all the way down to the 27-yard line is Corey Wilson, and he's moving the ball.
Great blocking up front. There was a great surge by the offensive line. Corey wisely turned it up once he saw the first crease, because sometimes in those plays, the backs or the slots have a tendency to want to string them out wide to hit the home run. But the right thing to do is get that first crease and pick up positive yardage.
1:27 left here before the half clock, running 1st and 10 from the Vikings from the 27-yard line of the Arrows. Corey Wilson coming in motion. There's the snap. Wilson will keep it this time, looking for some running room, works to the far side of the field, and will work his way inside the 25 and be down at the 21-yard line with 1:08 clock still running here. And DeMarcus Jones checking back into the game.
Yeah, not a bad pickup on 1st down, about 6 yards. So 2nd and 4. I mean, the only concern now is the clock. We're under a minute. The Vikings are moving kind of slow here. Now, we do have enough time, but we don't want to waste any because we're still at the 22-yard line.
3 timeouts remaining here for the Vikings as we're under a minute, 48 seconds to be exact, and facing a 2nd down and 5 from the 21-yard line of the Arrows. Jesse Wilson in the shotgun trip, stacked to the far side of the field. There's a snap. Wilson will keep it, works to the near side. He's heads up the field, got a little bit of running room, will scoot inside the 15 to be dropped at the 10-yard line, set up a 1st down and 10 as they spot him just shy of the 10. And the Vikings will wisely call a timeout with 28 seconds left, looking for more against this Arrows team.
Yeah, really nice drive here. We probably wasted about 15 or 20 seconds on that last play, Jeremy. I wish we could go back and maybe move the ball a little bit quicker there, because now we've got 2 timeouts left. We're outside the 10. Conceivably could get a first down. We're about the 10.5-yard line. But more than likely, we're just going to have 3 plays to score a touchdown, and then maybe either kick a field goal or go for it if we're close.
Well, Javante Shorter is loaded onto the golf cart, and they're going to cart him off. He's not wearing his shoe on that left leg. So, and you can tell he really is upset. Big game. Wanted to be out there with his teammates, and injuries, they happen, and it's hard. We wish the best for him and a speedy recovery from whatever the injury may be.
Yeah, let's hope it's not too severe. Hope it's not a season-ending injury.
Wilson again in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 11. There's the snap back. A handoff to Jones. Jones will slip, but will push it inside the 9, and Coach Morgan will call a timeout with 21 seconds left.
Yeah, that was a play that you wish you could just kind of have over. I mean, it's worked well for us tonight, but only picked up about a yard, and the clock was going to be probably going to run out if we didn't call the timeout. So now we're down to 1 timeout. So whatever we do here, we need to make sure that we get it to either the sidelines or into the end zone, I think, because otherwise we're going to have to use our final timeout, which would mean the 3rd down play would be one where we'd have to stop the clock, throw it out of the end zone, or throw it to the sidelines or something to keep it from the clock running out.
I would imagine here, if the Vikings run it, that they would save their timeout to just maybe a field goal attempt to close out the half and leave the Arrows with no time left.
Yeah, you sure think that the Vikings are going to try to keep 1 timeout in their pocket for a field goal attempt. So I've got to imagine this is going to be some kind of pass play, because otherwise you're going to have to use your 3rd and final timeout with 2 plays left, the 3rd and the 4th down play left.
They're spotted at the 10, so 2nd down and 9 for the Vikings. 21 seconds left, leading this game over the Arrows 27-3. Shotgun formation for Jesse Wilson. There is the snap. He's back to pass, looking throw. He's going to fire to the far side of the field, looking for some man. He's caught! Oh, they say it's incomplete. It's in it. Oh.
He had it in his hands, and it looked like on the way down he just kind of let it slip out of his hands. Sean Terrence Walton. Oh,
he knows he missed it.
Yep,
it was in his hands, just couldn't bring it to the ground. So 13 seconds left here.
Well, you can really call any play here, because you've got, you've got another timeout, and this is going to be essentially the last play. I mean, we could get a first down, but more than likely it's the last play before attempting a field goal.
I don't want to turn it over here. Want to get positive yards on whatever it is. Wilson will take the snap. It will be a keeper. He works here to the near side of the field, and he's going to be run out of bounds inside the 10. Not a lot there.
Yeah, the one thing that concerns me too here is we're going to have a hash mark spot. The referee's going to spot this on the hash, which means our field goal kicker, our freshman field goal kicker, Shane Lewis, is going to have a attempt from the right hash. And I'm sure they practice this, but when you get in a game, especially a game of this magnitude, it's going to be a tougher attempt.
Arrows have blocked an extra point tonight, so the Vikings will try to add to their lead here. There's the snap. It's down. This kick is up, on its way, and it's good. 30-0 as time will expire, and that is how we will go to the half.
30-3.
30-3. I'm sorry, you're correct.
Yeah.
30-3. Vikings lead this game. Let's send it back to the station for a timeout. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
This Warren Central Viking halftime report presented by Cook Tractor Company since 1988.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah, but I don't know where to start.
That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
I got pregnant, and I was the main one working, so I did what I had to do to survive.
Sentía que la escuela no era para mí.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
Sentí como que si quiero cambiar el mundo, tengo que cambiar a mí primero.
I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Mi consejera, ella fue lo máximo para mí porque me ayudó mucho con todo.
I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Yeah, it's hard, but keep on going and keep on trying.
The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it. My support team never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew who I could become as a person. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me. Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will know.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Okay, so we drowned the fire.
Yep.
Stirred it. Drowned it again. And now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it. Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Like that, the Arrows have trimmed into the Vikings lead.
Well, we knew it was coming, Jeremy. We knew it was coming, and it didn't take them 2 minutes to go down the field. Of course, we gave them great field position, but a couple of missed tackles and a big third down completion for the Arrows, and they're cutting the lead to 21 and maybe to 20 here with this extra point.
On to kick the extra point here for the Arrows. There's a snap back. It's low. It's down. Man, but the kicker just bombs it, and it is good. 30-10 now our score. Let's send it back to the station for a timeout. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke.
And there's the kick, going to be fielded at DJ Lewis at the 10. He's up to the 15, the 20, 25, 30. Cuts to the outside at 35, to the 40, 45, and he's going to be run out of bounds shy of midfield, right at the 47-yard line. So a great return by DJ Lewis to set the Vikings up with good field position.
Yeah, really nice return. It was a low kick, so he had time to get a good running start before the defenders got down the field, and a nice seam opened up, and he got in it, and then he opened to the left-hand side, and a really good return. Good start for the Vikings here, 1st and 10 at their own 47.
The Vikings up 20 in this game, 30-10 here over the Arrows with 10:05 here in the third quarter. Arrows scored on their opening drive. See what the Vikings can do on their opening drive, as it will start from their own 47-yard line, and Wilson will operate in a 4-wide receiver set with trips here to the near side. There's the snap back. It's a handoff. No, it's a fake, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to lose yards on this play. It's a big loss all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, he should have handed that one off. DeMarcus had a big gap there to the left side, and probably could have gotten 5 or 10 yards on that one, but he kept it. May have been designed to keep, but he kept it, and the Arrows were all over it. I'll tell you another thing we need to pay attention to, Jeremy, is we don't want to give Clinton momentum, because you can tell they're getting fired up on their side of the ball, and we got to do something to kind of quell that momentum.
Absolutely. Wilson in the shotgun, takes a snap. This time it is a handoff to Jones, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, and I think the ball scooted out.
No, I think they just stopped him, and somebody's hurt for both squads, and surely it can't be DeMarcus Jones. No, he's back. Looks like maybe one of our linemen is down.
Well, the Vikings are going to be facing a 3rd down and 14 as that sideline is getting raucous on the other side as the coaches come out to visit with the injured Viking player. 9:16 left here in the third quarter, 30-10. Vikings leading in this game. And while we look at the injured player, let's go ahead and take a timeout. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome.
I think we're breathtaking.
And here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this.
Is that Bran?
Colleges love extracurricular activities.
So let's see what the Vikings can do on 3rd down and 14. Wilson in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers here to the near side. He takes the snap. He's rolling here near side, looking to throw. Look, now he'll fire deep down the field, and it is incomplete, out of bounds, intended for Corey Wilson. And the Arrows force the Vikings to go 3 and out and punt it away.
Yeah, great defensive stop. look at the Clinton sidelines. They're pumped up right now. Their fans are up cheering because they scored first possession, and now it looks like they're going to get the ball back here early in the second half. Corey Wilson needs to move back a little bit on this side. He's almost off sides.
Just about. So there's the snap back. Walt gets the punt away. It's a high punt. That takes a nice Vikings roll inside all the way down to the 10-yard line. So a nice punt by Walt Hobson to pin the Arrows back at their own 10-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Arrows. Let's see if we can't get a stop this time.
Yeah, we need to. We've got them pinned deep, and they've got a little momentum, so we need to stop them here so we can turn the momentum back to our side.
Here come the Arrows. They take the field. They're going to move it from right to left. Ball spotted near hash. 8:46 left here in the third quarter. Akers in the shotgun in a 4 wide receiver set. Now we'll look to the sideline for the play. He's got trips stacked up top. 1 wide receiver here to the near side is Cam White. Mayberry will be off to his left. There's a snapback looking to throw. Has some time. Now will take off and will spin through a couple of tackles. Gets to the 15-yard line where his momentum will be stopped. Man, he is a load to bring down.
He is. As we mentioned, our linemen are getting him, and he's slipping those tackles. And in that case, no one ever brought him down. They just finally blew the whistle. But we've got some of our big boys up there, and they're having a hard time getting him down.
Well, if the pass isn't there, Akers is taking off, and he's getting good yardage. Give him 6 on that play and get it to the 16. Snap back, Akers looking to throw again. Now he will keep it. Stutter steps, runs through a tackle, and jukes another guy, pushes up across the 20 to the 21, and we'll have a first down for the Arrows.
He's got such good moves for a big guy, Jeremy. That's the thing that's so amazing. You see a lot of small guys that have those kind of moves that can just start and stop real quick and accelerate, but you don't see many big guys like him that can do that. That's what makes him special, and you see that he's should have a very successful college career the way he moves.
Ball to the 21-yard line here from the Arrows. 1st and 10 in a 4 wide receiver set. Akers takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it to the far side of the field, and it's incomplete. Trying to run just a little wide receiver slip screen and bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, we were defending it pretty well. I mean, I think we had Charlie Hill over there that was close to it. If he would have caught it, depends on what kind of momentum he would have had coming forward. But nevertheless, it was an incomplete pass, and we have a 2nd and 10 for the Arrows.
From the 21, same formation here for the Arrows. Akers will now look to the sideline for the play after surveying the Vikings defense. 4 down linemen for the defense, spread wide. There's a snapback. Akers looking to throw again. Now he will take off, slips a couple of tackles, and now the Vikings will wrestle him down after a gain of about 3, maybe 4. Man, he is a load to bring down.
You know, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and somehow with 2 or 3 guys on him picks up 3 to 4 yards.
Man, it's an adventure every time he takes off. So 3rd down and a long 7 here for the Arrows. See if the Vikings can get these Arrows off the field here on 3rd down and get the ball back. Akers will be in the shotgun in the 4 wide receiver set. Vikings playing off on the far side of the field. There's a snapback. Akers will just keep it. Heads up the field. Has the 1st down. Out across the 35 to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he's looking determined right now. He's looking like he just does not want to be denied. Vikings have to find a way to get him stopped and get off the field.
Akers gets it to the 40-yard line. This drive started at their own 10. There's a snap, back to pass, will fire to the far side of the field. DeMarcus reads it well, lowers his shoulder, and drops him after a 2-yard gain.
A good hit by DeMarcus Jones. That was kind of a slow developing play that he threw out there to Reginald Landing, the slot receiver on the left side, and DeMarcus, because of that slow development, was able to run up and hit him pretty hard after he caught it.
Akers again will operate from the shotgun. He's getting the play here from the sideline. And now a timeout taken here by the Arrows with 6:33 left here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take it with them. Vikings lead 30-10. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome.
I think we're breathtaking.
And here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together. Go to getschool.com for more info.
I'll be walking back here on 2nd down and 8 here for the Arrows. Akers takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Vikings bringing pressure on the far side of the field. They'll fire it complete here to the near side. Will be enough for the first down into Vikings territory to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they seem to be taking advantage of some cushion by our defensive backs, and they just going in, 6, 7, 8 yards up the field and just sitting down there, and Akers is hitting them for a sure first down. They've got some sure-handed receivers, too. I mean, they've caught just about everything he's thrown to them tonight.
Akers takes the snap. He's looking to throw again. He will fire it deep. He's got a man on the sidelines, and this time it is caught. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Oh, that's a bad call from the Arrows. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah,
he was inbounds down the sidelines. Vikings get a break.
Yeah, unless he was juggling that ball, he appeared like he just tiptoed right inside the white line on the about the 20, no, more like the 15, 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I think that was a horrible call. That was right in front of me, and I saw green in between that line. It's 2nd and 10 here for the Arrows. We'll take it, though, from the 46 of the Vikings. Shotgun formation here again for Akers. He takes a snap. Again, looking to throw. We'll fire it. It is complete and run out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. We'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, same quick hitch. I mean, it's just about a 5-yard and stop and stand. The receivers are pulling the ball in and securing it. It's good gain, 4 or 5 yards for that one. I think Clinton may be setting us up when we try to jump that route one time and they take it deep. But so far, we are not taking the bait on it. But, of course, they're moving the ball. At some point, we may have to take the bait.
Well, 3rd down. Clinton 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far in this half. See if the Vikings can get the Arrows off the field. There's a snapback. Akers will keep it this time. And the Vikings stand him up and stop him short, about 3 yards shy of the first down. Gets it down to the 38 of the Vikings. And it is 4th down and 4. And let's see what the Arrows want to do as they bring on their big tight end. Looks like they're going to go for it inside Viking territory. So big 4th down upcoming for this Vikings defense. Got to stay at home and make sure you don't jump off sides.
Yeah, Viking defense needs to get ready because they're ready to call the play, and we're running around. Watch the snap count.
Well, the last time the Arrows had a 4th down, they false started and ended up punting it away. There's a snap back. Akers will keep it. He will option it out. They're not going to get it. They're going to drop him for a huge loss, and the Vikings are going to take over their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, Charles Schwartz read that option well, and just no chance for Darius Mayberry. Once he caught it on the option, he went down fast. Charles Schwartz brought him down. Great defensive effort by the Vikings. Got to get some offense going here, Jerry. Got to put some points on the board here.
Way to swing the momentum a little bit and take it away from the Arrows with a big 4th down stops. Good field position. Vikings started at their own 45 the last time. See what they can do here starting from the 44.
It looks like George Owens is coming in on the line in place of Trey Winters.
Shotgun formation here for Wilson. He will take the snap. It is a handoff to DeMarcus, swinging to the far side of the field and nothing doing. He'll get about a yard on the play before he's driven back, so 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, 2 drives into this second half. It appears that Clinton has said, we're not going to let you run the ball because we have had nowhere to go on the runs that we've had so far. So Vikings are going to have to draw up something a little bit more creative to try to get us outside or get the ball passed to somebody down deep to loosen up this defense.
No Sean Terrence Walton. No Javante Shorter here in the second half. Wilson will take the snap. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. Will step up. He will fire it deep down the sideline. He has a man, and it's just out of the reach of Sean Terrence Walton down the far side of the field. I think he had to throw it a little too soon under pressure, and it's a 3rd and 9 upcoming here for the Vikings.
Yeah. Just good pressure by the Clinton defensive front. You may have noticed they switched to a 4-man front. They were running a 3-4 in the first half. They switched to a 4-man front, surely to try to get some more pressure and keep the Vikings from running the ball like they were in the first half. And so that's changed the dynamic for the Viking offense. Got to do something here to take advantage of maybe where they've lost some speed at the linebacker position.
So 3rd and long here for the Vikings. See if they can convert here as Wilson will operate from the shotgun in a 4 wide receiver set. Corey Wilson coming across the formation. He will settle. Wilson takes a snap, rolls here near side. Will step up, will fire.
Ooh.
Incomplete. Just overshot his man, looking for Roby, I would imagine.
Had Roby wide open and sitting in a seam and just overshot him by, gosh, 8 to 10 yards high, I think, on that one.
So the Vikings will be forced to punt as nothing doing so far here in the second half. Back-to-back 3 and outs, and the Arrows will try to man down to the 22 to receive this kick in Reggie Landing. There's a snap. It's high. Wald able to get it, and he gets off the punt. And this is a nice one that will hit again, roll inside the 20, and will die about the 17-yard line. So the Arrows again have a ways to go, but they have the ball back down 30-10 with 3:40 left here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, let's call on the defense one more time, see if we can get a stop. We need to get the offense rolling here in the second half like they were in the first half to try to keep the Clinton Arrows at bay, but we got to get a defensive stop to get it back.
So Akers and the Arrows offense will take the field again. 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. There's a snap back. Akers has it. He's rolling to the far side of the field. Now will set and will fire. And again, it's complete to his wide receiver who's dancing around. Would have had enough for the first down, but I think he's now going to be shy of it as he steps back to the 25-yard line. But 2nd and 1. And there's just a lot of cushion from the Viking cornerbacks, and the Arrows are just taking advantage of that cushion.
Yeah, a lot of cushion. I think we know that he's got an explosive cannon arm, and if you let people get behind you, he can deliver the ball deep.
2nd and 2 here for Akers. He takes a snap, play action, keeping himself looking to throw. Now will roll to the far side of the field. Will step, will fire deep. He's launching it deep. Vikings have a couple guys there. Oh, it's caught. And the Arrows break into the open field at the 30, the 25. Hobson's the last man to get him and will wrestle him down inside the 10-yard line. Oh, the Vikings had 2 guys there, and the Arrows able to come up with a huge play.
Yeah, Reginald Landing. You know, it was 3 guys for the Vikings back there, 2 for the Arrows, and it was just kind of a jump ball, and our guys, it looked like maybe Schwartz, I think, was there. Looked like he was going to get the interception for a minute, but number 2 came back and got it. Good play by them.
Well, Vikings defense got to tighten down. 1st and goal now inside the 10. There's a snap back. Akers looking to throw. He's under pressure. Will fire to the far side of the field, and he's escorted out in at the 5-yard line. So 2nd and goal upcoming here with 2:38 remaining.
Hey, Darius Mayberry on the catch out in the flat for the Arrows. Looks like Shockey Shaw was the one that drove him out of bounds.
The clock is still running. It should have stopped. Now they'll mark it, but the clock ran off 10 seconds. There's a snap back. It will hand off to Mayberry. He's driving towards the end zone, and he's in. And the Arrows have stormed back here, now down 14 to the Vikings.
Well, we talked about, not giving up the big play and that kind of jump ball. In fact, I even thought it was a bad throw by Akers, and he just kind of threw it, like he was just throwing it up for grabs, and Clinton comes down with it. But you're going to have those in a game, and not the best play by the Vikings defense.
Now there's a snap back. This kick is down. Hold is down. The kick is up and good. 30-17 now our score with 2:17 left in this 3rd. Arrows coming back. Let's send it back to the station for a timeout. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
I got pregnant, and I was the main one working, so I did what I had to do to survive.
Sentía que la escuela no era para mí.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
Sentí como que si quiero cambiar el mundo, tengo que cambiar a mí primero.
I couldn't
welcome you back as the Arrows have it on the tee, and it's an onside kick, and it's recovered by the Arrows. Oh my goodness, they've got it at the 50-yard line.
Unless they touched it early, the referees are looking as though he may have touched it early. Yeah, they're pointing to a spot where he says the ball was touched early, and this is going to be a referee's decision.
Well, if it's the case, it will be a huge. Oh, it's Vikings football. Wow. Oh, the Vikings caught an absolute break from illegal touching by the Arrows. It went 9 yards where the Arrows touched it.
Wow, you're right. You know, our front line, with the exception of one guy, I think, was kind of, as they naturally do, they kind of drift back and expecting it. And it looks like the one person that tried to stay there was the one nearest the ball, but the Arrows just had a group of guys going in to get that, and fortunately just touched it before it got 10 yards.
Well, the Vikings want to get good field position. It's at midfield. Actually going to be in Arrow territory at their 49. So the Vikings have had great field position here in the second half. See if they can finally get some offense going with 2:16 left, leading this game by 13 now over the Arrows. Wilson will operate from the shotgun in a 4 wide receiver set. He's got trips here to the near side. Sean Terrence Walton one-on-one up top. Wilson takes a snap. It's a handoff to Jones, working the inside. And Jones will power down inside the 45 and will push all the way down near the 40. Yeah. Be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Nice run on first down for DeMarcus Jones.
We got one referee on this side that has him, had him almost at the 40, and the other one's got him at the 42, and they're going to mark it at the 42.
Wilson will operate from a 5 wide receiver set. As he's the only man in the backfield. The Arrows
look for Wilson to try to
I'm looking for him to keep it.
Yeah. Look for a seam and get some positive yardage.
There's a snapback. He will keep it straight at the middle. Wilson has some running room. Cuts it to the far side of the field. Inside the 35, inside the 30, down to the 28. 1st and 10 run by Jesse Wilson.
DeMarcus Jones is waving. Somebody looks like he may have hurt his arm. He's coming out. Yeah, they're going to send Josh Brandon out to head back to the running back slot. I'm not sure if DeMarcus hurt his right arm or what, but he's coming to the sidelines to get checked out by the trainer.
Clock running, 1:24 left here in the third. Vikings up 13 over the Arrows. First down from the 28-yard line of the Arrows. There's a snap. Wilson will keep it here, rolling here near side, looking for some running room. Will power inside the 25 and will be about a yard shy of the 20-yard line. That's a nice run by Jesse Wilson.
Good, tough run by Jesse, and that's what you expect of him. He's a senior leader, and he's been running hard all year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep it in his hands one more time. We got a 2nd and 2 or 3, something that's going to get positive yards. You don't want to go backward here.
Josh Brandon still in as tailback. Actually, that's Corey Wilson kind of in that tailback slot.
Yeah,
the Arrows thinking.
Slot back.
There's the snapback. It's a handoff to Corey. Oh, it's going to be a keeper
face mask
by Jesse Wilson. He will keep it in and get inside the 15 to the 13, but it will be a face mask penalty against the Arrows as flags throw everywhere. And this should march it inside the 10, so the Vikings should be looking at 1st and goal.
Yeah, it should get the benefit of the play, which would put them around at the, the 9-yard line and then half the distance. So it should be about the 4.5-yard line. Penalties marked off, Jeremy.
Well, let's see where the ball is currently sitting at the 14.
Oh, I'm sorry, the 14. I thought that was the 9. So it'll be the 7. Should be about the 7-yard line.
And it will be at the 7. So 1st and goal here from the Vikings. 26 seconds left here in the third quarter. At the 7-yard line is where it stands. See if the Vikings can punch it in here and extend this lead against the Arrows and make it one tough quarter to play.
Yeah, we've got critical. Might want to see if we can let the clock. Well, I don't know if we can do it. It's about 15 seconds on both play and game clock.
Wilson takes the snap. It's a handoff and nothing doing on the play for the Vikings, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We have 3 in the books as 30-17. Vikings leading this game. We're headed to the 4th. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from.
Here's your check. got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Gone. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Oh, my goodness.
Huge negative play for the Vikings. And you got a second goal to 6, and now we're back at the 15. And we don't want to do like we did against Madison a few weeks ago, back to score, and before we had a holding and then a sack, and then you're out of field goal range. So we got to get some positive yardage here.
Vikings bringing in a couple of receivers into the game now. Jones will split out as a receiver on the same side as Sean Terrence Walton to the far side of the field. Trips will be here to the near side, and Wilson's going to operate in an empty set on 3rd and 15.
Timeout, Clinton.
And the Arrows will.
Yeah, their defense was confused there, Jeremy.
Well, Briggs, we'll keep it here through this timeout. Let's talk about this play. What do you do here?
Well, pass is the obvious play. I wouldn't be surprised if we run a quarterback draw and see what Jesse can do. But, if you've watched us on film, Clinton's got to be expecting that's one of the possible plays here. I think you mentioned in the break the possible fade route to Sean Terrence. That's one play that you could run. But I think it's going to be either a rollout by Jesse or a quarterback draw by Jesse and give him an option to try to do something with it. What about you?
Well, I'm actually looking for Standish. I'm looking for him to put him on the line and seeing him just streaking down the middle and see if the Arrows forget to cover the tight end. We saw him do it a couple times against Madison, and it's the play that I'm thinking is that's what I would probably go with if it was me, or try one-on-one to the best wide receiver we have in Sean Terrence Walton, and we've seen him win some battles. So,
well, I like your idea, and that's one of the plays. We don't run it a lot, but when we've run it, it's been pretty successful, and it's a play that can work.
Well, Standish
they're going to split him out.
They're going to split him out wide. And so DeMarcus will be the tailback beside Wilson. You have Sean Terrence Walton one-on-one down here to the near side. Let's see if that's where they go. There's a snap back. It's a handoff to DeMarcus straight up the middle. DeMarcus cuts inside the 5. He's met at the goal line. He pushes in as he in. It's a touchdown for DeMarcus Jones.
Wow.
15 yards.
So much for the experts in the booth. We were thinking fade. We were thinking about the pop tight end pass across the middle and Jesse keeping the ball, but they just did the old jet sweep, or actually not even jet sweep, a handoff to DeMarcus rolling across the face of the formation. He found the seam that we've been getting good all night, and when he did, he just exploded through it and got the last couple yards on determination.
Well, this big points here, looking to add the extra point. There's a snap. It's bobbled, and there's a flag thrown prior, and a false start. All the Vikings.
Yeah, may have gotten a break.
Fortunate.
Yeah. May have been a break for the Vikings there because it was a bobbled snap, and there was no chance that Shane Lewis was going to get the kickoff the way that play was going. But the false start stops the play in high school, and the Vikings will get another attempt here.
See if they can't add this extra point now from an additional 5 yards. Looking for a good hold. There's the snap back. The hold is good. This kick is blocked. It was a low kick and blocked. So the Arrows have blocked 2 tonight and will make it a 19-point lead with 11:11 to play here in the 4th. Let's send it back to the station for a timeout. This is Viking football on V105.5.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. Since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Game.
Yeah, another missed extra point, and we've got to work on that. We talked about it at the break. We've got to get our kicking woes corrected, but just not as sharp as it should be at this point. But Viking defense back on the field with an opportunity to close out the arrows here and turn over the ball.
There's a snap back. Cam Akers has it looking to throw, sends it high and out of bounds. I mean, way high and out of bounds.
Yeah, we got a penalty flag, I think, back in the, well, maybe that's just somebody's clothing down at about the 18-yard line.
I think that's what it is. I think it's a towel.
Okay. One of the few errant throws by Akers all night.
Second down and 10 here from the Arrows. Vikings creeping up to the line of scrimmage, maybe showing a little blitz. Look how far off we're playing. We're 10 yards off the wide receiver, 12 yards off here. There's the snap back. Akers looking to throw again. Has time, fires over the middle of the field, and sends it high and incomplete. Had a man at the 18-yard line, and it's at the 15-yard line and 50, and it's 3rd and 10 for the Arrows.
You know, you mentioned that we're playing back on defensive coverage, and I think part of that's the explosion that Clinton's got. I mean, we know what kind of arm Akers has got, and they've got really good receivers, Jeremy. I know Akers draws most of the attention, and Darius Mayberry gets a lot, but we've seen tonight, really good hand receivers.
Look, Akers takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He has time. Now he's going to fire it over the field, and it's tipped and nearly intercepted at the midfield.
Wow.
Great play by the Vikings, and the Arrows are going to go 3 and out. I think they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, Zacchaeus Doss tipped it, and then it was floating around, and Reginald Landing of the Arrows and Walt Hobson of the Vikings looked like they both dove for it, and when they collided, the ball just fell to the ground.
Got to watch the fake. Wouldn't put anything past the Arrows. We saw them onside kick it. We've seen them try a little razzle-dazzle in this game.
4th and 10 here.
There's the snap back, and there is the punt, and it is a high punt taken by Hobson. Hobson on the return, up across the 40, and will be wrestled down, but a flag comes flying in back at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good return in traffic, but looks like it's going to be negated by a penalty. Not sure if we got a clip or a holding, one of the two.
A personal foul.
Actually, personal foul. Illegal use of the hands. I'm not sure he meant to hit the personal foul signal, but I think it was, looks like he motioned illegal use.
I think it was a block in the back
I think
is
so.
what it is. From the spot, we'll move the ball to, should be about the 25. So it'll be the 25. Vikings will start their drive 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line with 10:31 left here in this game. They lead the game by 19 over the Arrows. But, boy, you'd love to get one more score, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we would. But I tell you, another big thing here is to use a lot of clock.
Yep.
It's a 3-score game. Use as much clock as you can. Secure the ball. That's the other thing I'd focus on.
Josh Brandon is the tailback here. There's the snapback. Wilson fakes it, will fire it out. He's got it complete to his wide receiver across the 30, the 35. Wilson coming here to the near side, cuts to the open field. He's into the open field, the 40, the 30, out across the 25, the 15, stutter step, and when he pushed out of bounds inside the 10, should be near the 5-yard line. Corey Wilson has been on fire in this game for the Vikings.
Corey, the sophomore, just really big plays tonight. Big play by the young sophomore, and good to see him break out tonight, excuse me.
They'll mark it at the 8. It said where he went out of bounds. A huge play. They faked the handoff, and then just hit a big play. It's similar to the play that State ran against BYU to score their touchdown, just a run-pass option. Shotgun formation here for Wilson. Takes the snap, handoff to Jones. Jones pushes inside the 5, and Jones is down to the 3-yard line.
Nice hard run by Jones. Offensive line's getting a good push tonight. I mean, the Arrows are stacking the box, and they had 8 guys up there, maybe 9 on that one, and we still picked up about 4 yards.
Well, they'll bring the receivers out of the game, bringing in an extra lineman and another fullback here.
We've got the heavy package in, got Henry Banks at one tight end. We've also got
Keontae Lumpkin checking in.
And I think Nick Strong's in on this left side.
Wilson waiting on the snap. There it is. He'll keep it. He'll work the far side of the field. He'll push towards the goal line. He's pushing, and I don't know if he got it. There is a signal. It is a touchdown for the Vikings. It's now 42-17 over the Clinton Arrows.
Just what do you say, man? Great job. And that one was on Jesse. You know, he was about 2 yards shy when they made hard contact with him, and he just kept driving those legs and pushed it on in.
Vikings will come out to attempt the extra point, see if they can't push this out to 43. Really need to get this extra point down. You'd love to get one.
Yeah,
and add as many points as you can. There's the snapback. It's down. This kick is up. And this one is good. 43-17 our score. Let's send it back to the station for a timeout. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
We'll be welcome back here to Viking Stadium. 43-17, Vikings over the #1 team in the state. Vikings look good tonight. Some of the crowd thinks the game's over, but I don't think they're watching the same game we've seen. This Clinton team can score.
Well, both sides. I see Clinton fans filing out and Warren Central fans acting like it may be over, but this team is too explosive to
Here's the kick, and it's fumbled, and it will now be dropped at the I guess receiver falls on it at the 5, and then he spikes it, knowing that.
Surprised that wasn't even a personal foul and unsportsmanlike conduct, just because he got up in frustration and spiked the ball. That was Cam White, the star defensive back and receiver for the Arrows.
It's at the 20. It was 5 that spiked it. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Arrows from their own 20-yard line. 9:23 left in this game. Akers operating from the shotgun. He's back to pass, looking to throw. He has time again. He's going to send it deep. He's got a man wide open. Caught inside Viking territory. Still on his feet inside the 20. And down to about the 15-yard line. Boy, the Arrows can strike quick.
Well, we just talked about it. You know, if you're talking about fans saying goodbye to the Arrows, we know how explosive they are because we've been watching this game. And that doesn't surprise me at all. And, you know, he just beat the 2 defenders, Walt Hobson and DeMarcus Jones, and big gain. Jones brings him down after about a 65-yard gain. What yard line's the ball on? The
Looks
17?
Like it's about 17. The receiver's down right at the 15 for the Arrows. And
63-yard gain.
And I tell you, so the Vikings, they have the pass rush, but they're not rushing like you would typically see because of the escapability of Cam. So they're trying to keep him contained, and that is allowing Cam Akers time to throw the football. they're making Cam beat the Vikings with his arm and not his legs.
You hit the nail on the head there, and that's what people don't realize. Vikings are getting some pressure, but they're not able to really go after him like they'd want to because they don't want to open up the gaps where he can run and pick up big yardage. They have to rush under control, and I know it's got to be frustrating for the defensive front because they want to get after him and try to bring him down for big sacks. But when you do that, you lose gap assignment. When you lose gap assignment against a good player like Cam Akers, you're prone to give up a really big play.
You know, it was really what snake bit Madison Central against the Arrows is Madison would get a strong pass rush and they would lose gap containment and Akers would just blow them away for big gains. I think that he had a 75-yard touchdown run at one point in that game. I think he had an 81 as well. And I think that's something the coaching staff saw on film. Like, we cannot, even though we want to rush this guy, we've got to figure out how to get pressure but keep him contained, because if he gets outside, we've seen his speed. He is very explosive.
Yeah, and I think the Vikings have done a good job with him tonight. We're trying to make him earn everything that he gets and make him work their way down the field. We've given up a handful of big plays. This probably is the biggest play we've given up. And that jump ball a while ago was the other big play. I mean, the jump ball was just kind of a fluky play. This one, I think the defensive backs were a little bit asleep at the wheel on that one because clearly they should have been expecting a long pass. Akers had a lot of time, but you got to keep that guy in front of you no matter what.
Well, they're attending to a Clinton Arrow who's down at the 15-yard line.
Like
he's up now. I saw Coach Morgan make a trip across the field to just go check on the injured player.
Yeah, he was the receiver. I'm not sure who caught it, but when he was tackled, it looks like, DeMarcus Jones kind of tackled him, and Walt Hobson kind of came in at the end to clean him up, and maybe something happened on the tackle can't tell if he's limping off. There's a crowd of people around him, but it looks like he's walking gingerly, and that may be, I don't know. It could be a head, could be something, a concussion, or maybe minor concussion, hopefully, if it is.
Well, the Arrows 1st and 10 from the Vikings 17-yard line. Akers in the shotgun in a 3-wide receiver set. There's the snap. He's back to pass, looking to throw. He's going to fire it deep into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Hobson levels the receiver just for good measure, but it's incomplete. 8:57 left here in this game. 43-17. Warren Central up on the Arrows.
Yeah, that was one of, again, probably the second or third errant throw. It may have been good that he threw that one high because the Vikings had a beat on the ball.
Arrows.
Looks like they may have drawn the Vikings
count.
offside.
Yeah, they're going to draw the Vikings offside here. Be 2nd down and 5. They'll march the ball inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line.
We got 8:57 here in the fourth quarter, and granted, the Arrows are in good field position, but every minute or every second the Vikings can make them use to try to work their way into a score would be good, as the Vikings are up by 26 at this point.
Arrows have scored twice in the second half. Vikings have scored twice here in the second half. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 5. There's a snapback. Akers has it. He's looking to throw. He has pressure, firing it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. I guess he thought his wide receiver was going to go further back, and he stopped right at the goal line. So 3rd down upcoming here.
I think that was one of those routes where the receiver tries to play off what the defensive back gives him, and then Akers thought he was going deep, and he cut it short, and no chance to complete that one.
Surprised Akers hasn't tried to run it.
I think he will here. I'd be shocked if he doesn't tuck it and run here. They've got a 3rd and 5, and he's their toughest runner.
Well, the Arrows have burned 2 timeouts here in the second half. They only have 1 left, so, and down 26, they've got some work to do. There's the snap. Akers will keep it, and it's a pitch out here to the near side. Running room for the Arrows, and they're going to push that inside the 5, and he will get into the end zone for a touchdown. Reggie Landing.
Yeah, you know what's frustrating about that one is the Vikings had it strung out pretty well, but we had one of our defensive ends chasing him, and he's a receiver, and as you would expect, he's going to be a little bit faster, and we just couldn't. A good block by the Arrows receiver kept the cornerback from coming up to help out on that one.
Now the Arrows looking to cut it to 19 with 8:40 left in this ball game. Man, it's still a long way to go. These Arrows score so fast. 3rd touchdown of the second half here for the Arrows. There's the snapback is down. The kick is up. and it's good. So 43-24 our score. Let's send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Go to GetSchooled.com.
Back as the arrows are lined up, what looks like they're going to attempt an onside kick here. And it is an onside kick, and it's going to be fielded by the Vikings. Oh, that's Terrence Walton able to catch it at midfield.
Yeah, Vikings, Sean Terrence, good job there coming up to get it. He may have caught it before it went 10 yards. Yes, he did. But that's what you do if you got that ball that's rolling around. Very good onside kick by the Arrows. Sean Terrence just made a nice play on it.
So the Vikings will take over at midfield. They lead this game 43-24, 8:36 left. It would be a huge win if the Vikings can get this one. I mean, it's a huge win, but they would move to the #1 slot in the district play.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is just to make sure that we're not behind. If we can win this game, we don't get in that spot where if you lose Stroughville next week, you have the possibility of not making the playoffs.
Wilson in the shotgun, takes a snap. It's a late handoff to Jones, but Jones gets it, pushes inside the 40, still on his feet, and is going to be dropped at the 37-yard line.
That was a peculiar looking play.
It was.
It looked like Jesse was trying to pull the ball back and push DeMarcus Jones out of the way, and then I think he gave it to him after Jesse was holding it and kind of wrapped it around DeMarcus, who was standing right in front of him.
Well, it works out. Jones, good carry.
Yeah, Josh Brandon coming back onto the field, probably in a blocking back position.
Vikings probably going to run some clock here. 8:06 left. There's the snap. It's a handoff to Josh Brandon, and he's going to lower the shoulder. He gets inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line.
Well, so much for my coaching. I don't think I've seen Josh run the ball all year, maybe once or twice, but usually when he comes in, it's for blocking.
Yeah, usually on second string we'll see Josh come in, but having to fill a bigger role tonight with the absence of Javante Shorter, who left in the second quarter.
Yeah, Vikings need to use as much clock as they can. We've got 12 on the play clock, 7:36 on the game clock.
Wilson will snap it with about 5 left, and he'll fire, and it is complete to Standish. Out across the 25. He'll push inside the 20, and that's going to be a first down. Colin Standish on the reception for the Vikings, and they're on the move again.
Good play. Colin just sat down in the zone, picked up about 7 or 8 yards. Jesse hit him, and then he picked up another 7 or 8 yards after the catch. We don't use our tight end slot that much, and when you do, the defenses aren't ready for it. So nice play, well designed, well run by the Vikings.
Henry Banks now checking in for Standish for this set, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Arrows. There's a snapback. Is a handoff to Josh Brandon, who will scoot across a couple of tackles and will push down to about the 16-yard line. So he gains 4 on the play. Hard running by Josh Brandon.
Yeah, nice pickup on first down. Secure the ball. Try to grind it out. Use as much clock as you can and try to put this game away. If the Vikings can score on this drive and use up a little more clock, that should put the game away.
DJ Lewis now checking into the game at the tailback slot. Now he's going to be a receiver. You're going to have Corey Wilson at your tailback slot. 8 seconds left on the play clock. Wilson takes a snap. It is a handoff to Wilson. Working here near side. He cuts inside the 10 and will be down at the 8-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Man, Corey Wilson has been phenomenal for the Vikings in this game.
Corey's had a good game. Really nice, especially the sophomore. He doesn't seem to have the sophomore or young man jitters. He's coming in and playing like he's a veteran tonight.
I love his downhill running. It's not, let me bounce to the outside to get more. I'm going upfield to get what I can get. DeMarcus Jones now coming in for the tailback position as Corey will check out of the game. 5:53 left.
Corey looked like he was holding his, we're going to call a timeout. Corey looked like he was holding his thighs. He came off. I mean, nothing serious, but he checked in with the trainer once he came off the sideline. Looks like he's trying to stretch it out a little bit.
Well, Vikings got a little deep in the play clock there, and Coach Morgan calls a timeout when there was 3 left on the clock, play clock. But 5:45 left in the game, 43-24. Vikings leading, driving again, looking to see if they can add to that lead and ice this game, just playing keep away at this point.
Yeah, use the clock, secure the ball, don't give up the ball, make sure whatever you do, don't go backwards, don't fumble. You know, the funny thing is I look out in the stands here, the fans are all pretty docile and quiet, and you know, here we are defeating the #1 team in the state by 19 points, and the fans are just kind of ho-hum at this point because the Vikings have been playing so well tonight, and that's a good thing to see. When you're playing as well as we are tonight, it's easy for the fans to be very docile.
Well, I'm going to try to get a score update on the Madison Central game. Last I saw, they were trailing at halftime to Callaway.
Yeah, maybe somebody can shoot us a score out there on any of our friends happen to be listening, and they can shoot us a score on a cell phone. Vikings about to line up 1st and 8 at the 8-yard line.
There's the snap. It's a handoff to Jones up the middle. And maybe about a yard on the play for Jones. 2nd down upcoming, but it winds the clock. And again, we said Arrows only have 1 timeout left because they used 2 earlier. So the clock is not their friend.
No, indeed. And the Vikings ought to be able to run this inside of 5 minutes if they continue to move the ball forward, because it's 2nd down, probably 2 more run plays, so it may even take it down to about 4.5 before they finish off this drive.
Wilson again, the shotgun. Man comes in motion, fakes the handoff. Wilson will keep it himself and will be stood up shy of the 5, maybe about a yard gain on the play, if that.
Well, Arrows know what's coming, and they're going to take their final timeout to stop the clock with 4:54 here in the 4th quarter. This will give the Vikings an opportunity to talk about what 3rd down play they want to run with a 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. You know, Jeremy, another thing that is, we've mentioned it a few times today, but I can't say enough about the offensive line play. This has been a super job by the offensive line, and we know Clinton's a stout team, and if things work out, we may face them again in the playoffs, but our offensive line has done yeoman's work tonight, and those guys don't get enough credit, but Josh Burris at the center, and Malcolm Miller, Lynn McKay, Trey Winters, and Braden Moody. Those guys are doing a great job. George Owens has come in some because Trey Winters got hurt, but all of them done a fantastic job tonight.
It's been one of the best performances I have seen from Warren Central this season. And, you know, one of the things, Briggs, that the Vikings really have struggled with this year has been penalties, and you haven't seen that tonight. Maybe a couple of penalties in total, but not these drive-killing penalties that we've seen over these previous weeks. Shotgun formation here for Wilson on 3rd and goal. He will take the snap, will fire a fade route, looking for Sean Terrence Waltz in the back of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Yep. Well defended, and it'll be 4th down. It was a good try.
Yeah, well thrown ball. I mean, really nice. Jesse put it on the money. It was the far side of the field, the wide side of the field. Sean Terrence was there, and just well defended by Clinton's cornerback, and I couldn't pick up the number. I think that was number 8, Rashad Toller, but I'm not positive about that.
The Vikings will try a field goal here.
Yeah, Sean Dixon on to kick the field goal.
There's the snap. It's down. This kick is blocked. It is blocked. Boy, the Arrows have been able to get off that corner and block the kicks. The 3rd blocked kick tonight by the Arrows.
You know, Jeremy, if there's one thing we can point to that's been an Achilles, it's our extra point and field goal kicking game. We're really having a hard time this year, and we were so steady the last 2 years with Nick Wright Nick did a fantastic job. As many of you know, Nick has moved on to the United States Military Academy at West Point. Proud of that young man for what he's doing, but Nick was just so steady for the last 2 years and had a strong leg, and this year we're struggling with our extra points and field goals.
It'll definitely be a focal point in practice this week as the Arrows will take over, trailing 43-24. There's the snapback. Akers play action. He's looking to throw, looking deep. Now he's going to fire to the far side of the field, and it is a one-handed grab on the sideline. Unbelievable at the 40-yard line.
He was out of bounds, but what a catch. I can't see the number over there. It may have been Cam White. He caught that, Jeremy, with one hand, pulled it into his helmet, I think, and held it on his helmet. I mean,
they're going to say he stepped out of bounds?
That was Reginald Landing. I knew it was close to the sideline. I thought he may have caught it out of bounds, but they've got some good receivers. I mean, it's scary good when you see those kind of catches.
Well, it'll be 2nd down and 10 here for the Arrows. There's the snap back. Again, Akers looking to throw. Has time, going to fire it out, and it's high and incomplete. Looking short again, and just sails it over the head of his receiver.
Clinton has, and they've had to now, abandon the run, but I think they may have abandoned the run a little bit too early in this game, Jeremy.
I think so.
And that's good for Warren Central. I'm happy now that they abandoned the run, but Akers was just almost impossible to stop. When he wanted yardage, he could get it, and Darius Mayberry is also a tough runner, but they're throwing a lot more than I thought they would tonight, and of course now they're forced to throw.
Trailing big. Akers again. He's back to pass, looking to throw. Has time. Will launch it deep. Vikings have a couple of guys there, and it's nearly complete. Hobson was backpedaling like he may pick it off, but I'm telling you what, Reggie Landing comes out of nowhere to nearly snag that ball, and it's 4th down, and I think the Arrows are just going to have to punt this away.
Yeah, I can see Hobson's disappointed himself because he thought he had the pick, but Landing, give him credit. He just pulled in there and decided he was going to step in front of him and try to take that one. Vikings setting up a punt return. Got Hobson and Sean Terrence Walton back at deep receive for the Vikings. 4 minutes and 8 seconds left. Clinton will be punting.
And they do, and it's an awful punt. Way short.
Going to spin backwards,
and
too.
It's going to spin backwards inside the 30, down at the 33-yard line of the Arrows. And that's where the Vikings will take over, trying to seal this game with 3:58 left. It will be a huge win to upset the Clinton Arrows.
Yeah, it looks like this one, if the Vikings don't do something horrendous, they should be able to put this one in the bag. I mean, they're up by 19, and they've got the ball with 3:58 left. I expect we're going to see a good dose of easy runs and just secure the ball.
DeMarcus Jones will be the tailback here for the Vikings. There's the snapback play action. Wilson will fire to here near side, complete, and run out of bounds is Sean Terrence Walton inside the 30-yard line.
Jeremy, I'm glad I'm not coaching because I would have handed it off right up the middle. Coach goes to a quick out here to Sean Terrence Walton, picks up about 6 yards and good positive production on 1st down, but sure fooled me.
Well, it's been a great play calling night here for the Vikings. They've done a phenomenal job. They scouted this team well, and they're showing you that they're one of the better teams in the state. There's the snapback. This time it is a handoff to Jones. Spin move for Jones at the 25. Breaks it loose to the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown to Marcus Jones.
Just more good action for the Vikings. And, Clinton didn't seem like they had their full effort there, but Vikings just aren't quitting. They're going to keep playing hard. And, wow, what a performance by the Vikings.
What a performance indeed. Vikings led the game 30-3 at half, looking to go up 50-24. This is the most points the Arrows have given up this season. They gave up a ton to Northwest last week. Northwest scored 48. The Vikings at 49. See if we can get an extra point down. There's a snap back. This time this kick is up, and it's good. 50-24 is our score. 3:41 left. We'll send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
They just sent me 23. And we welcome you back as Arrows have a nice return to the 39-yard line. And that's where they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. 50 points tonight scored against the #1 team in the state.
Yeah, we were looking for some updates during the break and trying to get a Madison Central score, and I think the latest I hear is 23-13 Jaguars up over the Callaway Chargers. Not sure where that stands. I know it's in the 4th quarter, but I don't know how much time is left in that one.
Northwest has won their game. There's a snapback. This time a handoff to Mabry, and he is decked at the 45-yard line, but he gets about 5 on the carry.
Yeah, we'll spend a few minutes after the game talking about division race and who's got who had losses and wins tonight, and try to break down what we're looking at for the last 2 weeks of the season.
Well, the Arrows kind of conceded this game, taking their time with 3 minutes left. Akers in the shotgun from the 45. There's a snapback. Play action. Akers will fire to the far side of the field, and it is complete in between 2 Viking defenders down to the 37-yard line. I say he's conceded there. He's still going for it. He's a competitor.
Yeah, nice pass and catch. I think that was Landing again for the Arrows. I've been impressed with this young man, Reggie Landing, a senior. Reginald Landing, a senior for the Arrows. And he's made some nice catches tonight and had some nice runs too.
Akers back to pass, under pressure this time. Avoids the sack, rolls here near side, now will fire it. It's complete inside the 30, the 25, and the receivers drop down at the 20-yard line. Gang tackle there by the Vikings, but it is enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, a little extracurricular activity. The tight end for the Arrows got a little upset. That's number 25 for the Arrows. Got a little bit upset with the tackle by one of the Viking defenders and got up and pushed him. And no, the referees broke it up quickly. That was Desmond Baker for the Arrows.
Well, it is. I'm getting 23-13 is the score for the Madison Central game with about 4 minutes left in that game.
Yeah, we've got a Vicksburg score. It looks like from my friend in the House of Representatives, Oscar Denton, says VHS 34, Canton 26 with about 7 minutes to go.
Akers takes the snap. He's back to pass, fires it over the middle of the field, and he'll have it complete for a touchdown. And the Arrows are back in the end zone again. Not going away.
Yeah, Vikings were, kind of in the prevent defense there, and he just threw an underneath route. And I'm not sure who that was that caught it, but he just bolted up the field, and no Viking near him until they got to the goal line. You get a number on that one, Jeremy?
I think
it's the receiver that went to the sidelines.
Jordan Patton was the receiver. And the Arrows will go for 2. Akers keeps it, rolls here near side, looking to throw. Now float it to the back of the end zone, and it is complete and good for 2. So it's 52-32 now with 1:51 left in this game.
Yeah, 50-32. Arrows will surely try another onside kick, but Vikings should be able to secure this one, up by 18 with 1:51 here in the 4th quarter.
Well, the Arrows have played Starkville. Have they played Starkville? I think they have played.
No, Arrows play Starkville the last game of the season.
All right, so Arrows still have Starkville left to play.
Yes.
Vikings get Starkville next week.
That's right.
50-32, 1:51 left in the game. Vikings with the lead, and the Arrows coming out to onside kick. This will be the 3rd onside kick of the game. They surprised the Vikings earlier and were fortunate that they touched it early.
Yeah, Vikings will have the proverbial hands team on here. Walton, Hobson, Barnum, Wilson, and Standish up front.
Tucker barefoot to onside kick, and there is the onside kick, and it is fielded by the Vikings at the 50-yard line, and that's just great job.
Yeah.
Arrows rushed down. They got ahead of the football, but knowing that they had to wait for it to go 10 yards, the Vikings just patiently waited and secured the ball.
I think Hobson secured that one, but it looked scary because the Arrows are right there, but none of the Vikings came up in front of the 10-yard line, but once it got to that 10-yard spot, Hobson just stepped up and secured it for the Vikings. You know, as we look at the stands, again, it's amazing because the Warren Central fans, a lot of them have even left. I'm sure they want to beat out the traffic. It was as good a traffic night for a game as I've seen here in a long time. I mean, it was unbelievable getting into the stadium tonight,
At
Jeremy.
5 o'clock, there were people here, and I was struggling to get in. So Jesse Wilson will operate here from the shotgun. There's the snap. It's a handoff to Jones, sweeping here near side. Jones with some running room inside the 40, inside the 35, and down to the 33. DeMarcus is not letting up.
Yeah, I wish they let him let up. To see he's hobbled a little bit right now. We need to have our backups in at the key positions because we sure don't want to get anybody hurt here. And in fact, DeMarcus Jones is having to be carried off the field. I hope it's a cramp, but I'm not sure the way they're carrying him off. We can't afford to lose him because we've already lost Joe Shorter.
Well, a victory formation here for the Vikings as they come out looking to kneel out the rest of the clock, waiting on the play clock to roll down. Wilson now under center. He has it. He's back, and he takes a knee. And the Vikings will just run out this clock. The Arrows do have a timeout left. I do not think they're going to use it as we run under a minute, and the Vikings will indeed defeat the Clinton Arrows tonight 50-32, barring some unbelievable miracle that not even I can come up with.
I think the miracles are over for this game. I think this is going to be 2 more snaps. This one and 1 more, and that ought to take care of it. Actually, we may not even have to do 2 snaps if they'll let this clock run down, and then the referee takes a minute to set it. Yeah, they're going to take their time to set this. So this ought to be the last one. The players are giving each other high fives on the field, and we've got about 26 seconds to run off the clock, but this game is over, Jeremy.
This one is officially over. There's no need for a snap. And the coaches hug on the sidelines. The Vikings have just defeated the #1 team in the state by a score of 50-32, and an unbelievable performance tonight. They have shocked the Clinton Arrows and the #1 recruit in all the state of Mississippi, and Cam Akers. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap this one up. This is Vikings football on V105.5.